This episode is brought to you by CarterComics.com. It's your one-stop shop for all your comic needs, whether it be graded or raw. Carter Comics has got it all. All you gotta do is go to CarterComics.com, fill your card up with all their amazing comics. Use the discount code FREAKNET, FREAKNET. Save you 10% at checkout. Not only on their website, but also at their eBay account. And the link to eBay can be found on their homepage at CarterComics.com. Again, CarterComics.com is your one-stop shop for all comic needs.
It's time! It's time! It's JFW time!
Hi guys, it's the Tag Episode Ring with the greatest faction in podcast history. Just Freakin Wrestling, the JFW Podcast, hosted by Travesty.
And I am the Faction Slayer, Nubby, the Amazing Turtle.
And I am the King of Combat, the top of the food chain, Apex.
Who other than you have called you the King of Combat?
My fans. I'm the King of Combat because it does not matter what combat style I've been in, I dominated.
Listen, man, I met your fan, never heard him say it.
You met like two fans.
Nah.
You met my super fan and you met some others.
Nope, you have one, and that's Johnny Chaos's brother.
You mean the kid that booed me a lot for a while? Yeah.
I'm done with the kid who marked out the fact that Joe Hendry was on WrestleMania.
Oh,
What is it? From Rocket Pro to WrestleMania. I'm like, bro, you're not a fucking Rocket Pro fan. Just stop.
I was like,
Never been to a show.
Yeah, calm down, you fucking Mark.
I saw that. I was like, dude, he's ever been even to a Rocket Pro show. What are we doing here?
Hey, trying to be relevant like that fucking Richard dude. I don't know.
You know what? I'll do the same thing. Oh, congratulations to Kofi Kingston, Ego Pro alumni, tag team champion.
Right, yeah, from Ego Pro to tag team champions. Yeah, fucking.
But for if anyone missed it, yes, he totally was at Ego Pro last October. It was awesome.
He was. Signing autographs or something. I don't know what he did there.
He was involved in the show a little bit.
He didn't wrestle.
He didn't wrestle, but he was involved.
He was involved. Which is cool because, I mean, obviously if this was like the Vince era, that shit ain't happening.
No, never happening. That was a Triple H call to let him come down, so that was really cool. I did not have those talks. Would have been really awesome to have those talks. But Ego did a great job bringing in a really cool character to kind of host the night that was at the Forge. So
cool. Okay. This past weekend we had some shows. Nubby, want to kick off with Chicago Style? Talk about that?
Sure. I could talk about Chicago Style right now, if you like.
Yeah.
Oops, I overshot it.
Hold on. So before we do anything though,
okay.
I'm almost spaced on this, and I feel bad about it. You guys are gonna have to help me because I saw a Nubby post about it. Somebody passed away, and I have no idea who he is.
yes, Nubby, you knew him far more than I did, but I'll let you speak on this. I've only shared the locker room a few times with him, so.
Yeah, a local referee, Devin Anderson, just passed away this past weekend. I've known him since towards the end of GPW. He showed up, wanted to work, and we got him in. Thank God, because it allowed me to do more turtle stuff, if you will. Then we just started working together at CSW, and he's just been whoring around, if you will, in the Midwest. One of the best referees I've ever met. Longest refereeing arms in the world. It's like he can reach to the sky with the way he was counting. It was pretty funny. I went up to him one day. I'm like, "You got the longest refereeing arms, brother."
Because I saw. I think the first post I saw was from Pac. I guess he refereed Pac's match in December, around a couple years ago. So, and then I saw a post. I know I saw a post with you talking about. I think it was CSW. You guys were getting like some beer together or something in the middle of the ring.
Yeah, there was so Chris Miller was involved, I believe. Yeah. There was some kind of beer drinking contest that would lead into a match, and as CSW, the referees pretty much do the setup of any segment, and so we were all putting it together. We're kind of laughing our asses off doing this because we're like, we want to drink this shit. We don't want to set it up. We want to drink it.
Beer.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I saw that Megastars put something out. I think Freelance did.
Yeah.
Ego might have. There were so many that were out there.
It literally, once the news got out, that's all my feed was from either wrestlers or promotion. Yes. It was very sudden. It sucks. He was very much loved, so our condolences go out to his family and all those who are impacted by his death, because it's a shame when you once again lose somebody that's important. I know I met him at MCW when Jimmy Smooth brought him in to referee, and it's crazy that almost 1 year to Jimmy's death, his favorite referee and friend unfortunately passes on as well. Somebody made an AI picture of them two and the referees, and it gives that AI hug. I almost lost it, and I didn't even know him like that, but I did know Jimmy because Jimmy did bring me into MCW for that short time. So
yeah, I saw because we're gonna talk about the MCW match card tonight as well. I saw on their, I think they posted it on I don't know, I think it was Facebook. I'm not sure if it was Facebook or Instagram. They're gonna do a salute because he was supposed to work this coming MCW show Friday. They're gonna do a salute for him, and I'm sure a bunch of other companies that he worked for are going to do the same thing for him.
Did not work for SCW, but I have confirmed that SCW will be doing the same thing this Saturday.
And that's the same too. I think companies across should do that regardless if somebody's worked there or not. If you have a history in this business, I think it's just
agreed
responsibility of the business owner, the company.
It was the legacy that he left behind.
100%, yeah. And I felt bad because when I saw Pax posted, I was like, oh man, I hope this isn't the guy that got inducted into the LIN that I've been shitting on, because then I feel bad. And once I found out it wasn't, I was like, okay, at least I can continue to shit on that guy. But when I found this guy, I was like, I don't think I've ever met this dude before. But then I realized he's been to companies I haven't been to. I think he's more around the Chicagoland area and stuff like that. But
he's actually from the south, near you, because he was a mainstay at Zawa.
Oh, okay. Oh, dang.
Yeah.
Okay, dang. So he just skipped where I was at. He just kind of jumped over that shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was trying to get him at SCW, but scheduling conflicts. There was always a show running, and he was on, but he would have been a great addition to SCW.
Absolutely.
So, like Peck said, thoughts and prayers to the family of Ref. I guess they call him Ref Dev.
Ref Dev.
Yep.
So, yeah, I didn't know if we were gonna bring it up at the end of the show, but I figured just before we dive into all the stuff and I start going into who I am and how I talk about shit, we can at least talk about it now. And
great way to start the show.
Bring it up. Yeah, because I'm gonna shit on a lot of things going forward, and I just want to,
let's get the important stuff that's serious
out
of the way before we just start roasting people.
100%. Yeah.
Got it.
Okay, let's start with CSW. Was this past Friday? How did Steve fuck this show up? Let's start there.
Right into it.
Well, I guess we'll have to wait and see if he actually did fuck this shit up. I'm not sure. Can't remember.
I guess as he did.
Probably, but I guess we'll find out as we get through. So CSW presented Tears in the Rain, and like I predicted last week, it rained. It rained on my way there, and then it stopped. But then when I left, it poured. I was soaked. It wasn't fun. Let me tell you. But I didn't cry. Others did, but that's fine. So we had the pre-show. Machine 17, KJ Carter, and the Lizard Man Nathan Nile defeated Undeniable Nick Diamond and his tag team partner, whose name I did not catch. It happens.
That's fine.
Then we had the Futures Battle Royal. Yes, Travis, I was in it.
Did you win?
I did not win. However, I was the final four. I came close.
If you cheated, could you have won?
Well, you can't really say it was cheating if I tried because
No, I'm saying
Battle
if
Royals.
you did cheat, could you have won? I'm not saying did you cheat? I'm asking if you would have cheated. You're an honorable person, and I know you want to do everything right down the middle. But if you cheated, would you have won?
Maybe.
Okay. That's
But
all.
it doesn't matter. But it doesn't matter what I would have done because there's no rules in Battle Royals.
Listen, Austin won Royal Rumble after he got eliminated. Just saying.
Well, okay, that's how you cheat.
That's how you
That's
cheat.
the only way you cheat.
Throw a low blow, scratch somebody's eye out or some shit.
That's legal. And I've been low blowed plenty of times in the Battle Royal.
Oh, yeah.
Half my losses are a result of those.
There you go, yeah.
But in this case, I might have fucked myself.
Ooh.
So to provide some context, in the middle of the Battle Royal, Doom Montgomery just shows up out of nowhere with some weapons. He brought him in the ring and started hitting people. Luckily, I was smart and stayed away from him because I don't want to get hit with no garbage can or a water bottle, an object with plastic knives and sporks and all that stuff that was there. So the final four was me, Doom Montgomery, Joey Pearson, and Nick Codis. Now, Nick Codis was fighting Doom Montgomery a little bit. Me and Joey Pearson just looked at each other. We're like, you know what? Let's take this motherfucker out first. So we did. We tried. We were fighting him, and then somehow Codis just ducked out of my punch, and I hit Joey, and I felt bad when I shouldn't have because it's a battle royal, every man for himself. Well, my back was turned. Nick Codis dumped me over the top, and I landed out.
Your emotions get the best of you.
I did. I felt bad. See, that's the honorable side of me.
That's the honorable side of you, yeah.
Too good, Nubby. Too good.
That's how Cody lost his title to John Cena.
Yeah.
Yeah, see?
Yeah, full circle, I guess.
Nice guys finish last, bro. That's what they say.
But on the bright side, I was in Final Four. Usually I'm gone before it's halfway over.
Improvements.
So I'm making improvements.
Yeah. They had ropes, I'm assuming, this time?
Oh, they've been having ropes ever since that incident.
Okay. Listen, I'm always going to reference that situation because I never expected to say, I had a battle royal where we had to go over the top rope, but there was no top rope.
There wasn't even a middle rope at that point either.
Yeah, just shove people over the edge. Just push them
off the stage. Got it.
Yeah.
Now, it could be argumented that I could have won that one if it wasn't for no ropes. We don't know.
You don't know.
Because I had nothing to hang on to.
True. That's true. Listen, I'm just saying, sometimes maybe you just gotta cheat a little bit more. Just like,
or just hit anybody, including my friends.
Just strike them all, bro. Yeah, I mean, hell yeah. Oh yeah.
Strike first, strike hard, no mercy, right?
Yeah. I mean,
never die.
That's right. You win a couple of those battle royals. Who knows? Maybe you start on your main carding that shit, or maybe your best friend Steve can say, "Yeah, let's get you on the main card."
You would think, right?
Nutty.
Well, he's been promising me.
That does push you to be on the main card all the time.
Oh yeah.
I mean, Steve has been making promises since 2020. Before the pandemic.
We're talking about the same guy who talked about his favorite photo ever was him screaming into a fucking microphone. This is the greatest photo in the world. It's a picture of you. Of course it is.
and doing what he does best, talking.
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't know what match he was commentating, but I guarantee you, what he was yelling was "son of a bitch" or "bastard" at that point.
That was I think a studio thing. It wasn't an actual match. They were doing some recordings a couple months ago, so it was kind of a cool moment for him.
Gotcha. Yeah, and when they say, "Hey, I want to take a photo of you," just act like you're a big piece of shit. And he's just like, "I got it," and then he was just himself. Awesome.
I got it.
Okay. Yeah.
There we go.
So Doom Montgomery ended up winning the Battle Royal.
Okay.
Let's see. We had the Triple Threat Women's match, and it was Blair Onyx defeating Haven Harris and Lily Pescadita.
That was. Oh yeah. I mean, I know we don't do predictions and picks, but I got that one right. Hell yeah.
True.
Yeah.
You did say it. I think you did say that anyway.
I do. I'm a huge fan of Blair Onyx.
I was about to ask, are you a huge Blair fan?
I'm a huge Blair fan, or whatever the hell you
Yes.
just said.
Sorry, that's what happens when you finish drinking something and it was stuttered. My bad.
Oh yeah, what is that? What it was? You just confused cheering for somebody for being a delicious Latino dessert. Clutch.
What?
Flan is a Hispanic dessert.
Got it. Okay, because I was whoa.
Yeah.
I guess I'm just not big enough for that
For flan.
to understand a dessert reference.
For flan, you say you're not big enough to understand. You're talking about weight.
Yes, I'm not a fat enough guy to
Oh gosh.
know what that is.
What
So
you
you gotta be fat.
Not calling you fat. I'm saying I'm not fat enough to know all the dessert.
But I know it.
I'm not calling you fat though.
But that's the implication of it.
If that's how you want to take it.
Thank God this is your life.
Don't worry.
Yeah, I'm a huge fan of Blair Onyx, and for Flat Top, God forbid you fucking decide to smarten up and listen to one of my shows. Book Blair Onyx.
Absolutely.
She is awesome.
Creepy as hell, but awesome.
I love creepiness.
Side note, flan is a creamy custard dessert topped with caramel. It's popular in Mexico, Spain, and Latin America.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan. Big fan of caramel.
Dude, if you fucking try flan, or flan, technically it's
Flan.
But, Apex is so ignorant to the dessert, he pronounced it wrong, so.
I don't eat desserts. That's probably the problem.
It's flan, so. That's probably why you need back surgery, and you're fucking miserable all the time. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's why you never won the high voltage title. Who fucking knows? It all makes sense now.
Now you're making me wonder. Yep. It's all adding up.
Your lack of dessert.
Yeah, fucking have some cotton candy or fucking Snickers. I don't know.
Love Snickers, actually.
Yeah, eat ice creams. I don't fucking know. Yes, ice creams.
Ice creams. There's more than one?
Multiples. Yeah, Neapolitan if you're feeling naughty.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And there's plenty of ice creams in that box, so.
Yeah, at least 3.
3.
Minimum.
Yeah, and go across and get all 3. Don't fucking be the asshole that just scoots out the chocolate. Yeah, no, fuck that.
Hey, I was the asshole at one point.
That makes 100%. Yeah. You're here to store with him in frost seats. It's insane.
Definitely insane.
Yeah, I know you're thinking it's not sexual, though it could have been. Kyle was involved, so.
Yeah, that takes my mind right off of it.
There we go. Anyway, CSW.
So we had a trios match that took place. It was Chris Miller, FXB, and Eric Schultz taking on Missa Kate, Cypher, and Adam Stallion, the tag team champions. We had Team Missa going over the Team Assholes. During the match, Miller and FXB cannot get along. Still, they cannot get along. Yet, Steve is putting them together. It might be a method to his madness. Now I understand as I talk. I get it. It only took 2 days, but I get it now. They fight over who pretty much takes out Missa. One wanted to do their finisher. They stopped it, tried to put theirs, and then they were just fighting it. It was a big distraction. There was a point where Missa drop toe hold Eric Schultz into Cypher's ass.
That's a big man. Poof. That couldn't have been good.
Schultz had a ass full of Cypher.
I'm just some protein.
Nope, just Koa.
Then we had at some point Cypher accidentally booted Missa Kate, but it didn't matter because in the end Team Missa still won the match.
Cool.
Even after she got kicked in the face?
Even after she got kicked in the face.
Right in the face.
She's one tough woman, let me tell you. After the match, there was a video package that showed up. The Made Men, Marche Rocket, Steve Boz, and Russ Hamilton were all on that in the room talking their shit. Didn't understand the word they said, but it sounded like Boz and Russ's tag match would be a number one contenders match for the tag team titles. And then
I'm just saying, Made Men would have the title shot already. So I mean, just saying, if they were truly made men, they wouldn't have to fight for an opportunity to fight for titles. They would just, again, we saw John Cena put himself into the Elimination Chamber, so.
That is also true.
We actually had this conversation with Killian Cross this morning on a podcast who spoke some truths too. So it's all making sense on everything.
Who?
Killian Cross.
Karrion Kross?
Yeah.
Did you say Killian?
Killian Karrion, yeah.
You said Killian. So what he did is he took his two names. He took his two names and put them together.
Yes.
Because it's either Killer Cross or Karrion
It's Killer Cross to me.
But you went with Killian.
Yes, Killian. Killian Killer Cross.
Hey, that works. Sounds like a decent name, actually. You may have stumbled upon something.
Then if he uses it.
So when it is a thing, we'll come back to this episode. You're like, it said it. He said it. Yeah. Good job, Travis.
What did you say about Karrion Kross, though?
I had a amazing podcast promo. I think it was this morning or last night, just talking about what the direction of where wrestling is nowadays and how everyone's looking for the next viral moment, and true workers aren't getting their opportunity unless they can do something viral. So that was kind of the direction we're seeing, with also adding in the fan favorites who are probably past their prime, but because of their name, they keep putting themselves in matches, kind of stuff. So it seemed like that all related. Judging from Travis's face, probably not. So
I get what you're saying. No, I get what you're saying. I was thinking of some of the people who may, just because they have a name, they're still around, that I'm okay if they
just disappeared.
Yeah, I
gotcha. I got a few.
No, I was just curious because Karrion Kross is one of my top favorites in wrestling today, and a lot of it has to do with his character, who he is as a person.
Yes.
What he did in NXT when he debuted, the fact that he brought back his original entrance song and entrance, but we didn't get to see it last Monday when he wrestled AJ Styles, which kind of sucks. But that Fall and Pray song, I think, is terrific. And the way they did it in NXT is fantastic. And the fact that they did some like Viking bullshit gladiator thing when he came to Raw was stupid. I bought his book, and I'm excited for that. It's coming out. It comes out in August.
Nice.
I'm really excited to read his book. And
he gets it. He's in the right spot. He's very vocal about things, and everything he said. If no one's watched this, it's viral right now. Make sure you take a listen to it, because the man hit some truth. It started out as a total work promo, and it would shoot probably about midway through, and you felt the actual emotion of him coming out. So
what show is this?
It was just on, like, it looked like actually it was Moxley's wife and that one dude with the beard and got like no hair. Kind of looks like a nerd. He does some of the pre-show stuff with WWE. It didn't say a name on there. It just went. I got the share of the share of the share. So
Gotcha. Okay. Cool. CSW, Nubby.
Finish up. Sorry, brother.
There you go,
So
man.
we had a 4-way elimination match. I know you are excited about the elimination part, Travis.
They
Final.
need more of them. They need more of them in the business.
It was Axel Rico, Warhorse, Shane Boucher, and Jay Marston. Axel Rico eliminated Shane Boucher. Warhorse defeated Axel Rico via a chair shot and elbow drop. Yes, everything was legal in this match.
Oh,
Although
yeah.
still behind the referee's back at this point, but yeah,
And
I still think it's legal. And then Warhorse defeated Marston with a pass out sleeper. So winner, Warhorse.
Now, what was the stipulation for this? Did they win like a title shot or?
It was just a match.
Oh, okay.
But it was a great match to watch.
It sounds like that's some big names in that match. Just thought somebody might have been some implications, but all in all, sounds like it was just a good match for the fans in the audience. So
I think this was just more pettiness out of Steve. Just putting former hate keepers together to eliminate them. And they just threw Axel Rico in there for a good measure.
Axel Rico, why not?
It's a good match. It was a great match, though. I'm not going to lie.
I mean, because we thought the idea was that they may just pile on to Rico, but it doesn't seem like that was the case.
No, it doesn't sound like it.
Well, it seemed like Jay Marston and Rico were on the same page.
Yeah.
So that's why Rico wasn't in a disadvantaged situation. And Warhorse does not like Shane Boucher either, for the most part. He kicked him out of the Hate Keepers last month. So this was one of those situations where everybody hated each other. So it was fine.
Good. They deserve it.
They do. We had for the Metro Division title, Hans Carden defeating Dante Casanova. In the beginning, Hans talked shit for a long time. He even made the ref put gloves on to take the belt, to hold it up. He made him put gloves on because he didn't want the ref's nastiness on the belt.
Yeah.
So, but his nastiness was on it last month. So, what does that tell you? Let's see. But yeah, Hans Carden got the win and retains. Iniestra with Lily Pescadita took on Maggie Lee. Iniestra talking shit and then sent Lily to the back and told her go back to the kitchen. Make him some sandwiches.
Legitimately said that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Said, go back to the kitchen and make him some sandwiches.
What are their sandwiches?
There were no sandwiches, and rightfully so because Maggie Lee did defeat Iniestra.
Okay.
So he didn't deserve any sandwiches.
No. I think the fans did, though.
Yeah. Even I did.
I was like, where's my sandwich?
Yeah, I want a sandwich. It's fine. I'll take it. Whatever. It's okay. Iniestra just failed. It's all good. Now we had the number one contender tag team match where it was Boz and Bruce Hamilton of the Made Men taking on Eddie Grayson and Jack Valor. Grayson and Valor held their own, but they could not pick up the win as Boz and Bruce dominated in the end.
I'm not surprised.
Nah.
So, a big-time ring vet and a freak human being.
He is freaky.
Dear God. Strength that he has. I'm not.
Yeah. Cannot tell a lie.
No.
So they are number one contenders for the tag team titles. When it's going to happen, I don't know. We had Quintero take on Conan Lycan. Quintero did get the win out of nowhere roll up from a powerbomb position.
Okay, so is it like a sunset over the top or
Something like that. Yeah. He had him Lycan had him for a power bomb, and then he just got out. Sunset. Where we go?
okay?
It was a nice back and forth match, hard hitting. I'd say both men said "fuck you" at least once to each other. Let me tell you, a lot of F-bombs were in this show again, and people yell at Travis.
I know.
It's fucking nutty, I tell you.
Well, you know, because the thing is, like, you know, they hear me do it and they think it's just like, you know, you're not supposed to be doing shit like that until one day, like, oh wait, we could do that.
Then
everyone starts doing. Yeah, I mean, how many times are people saying "go fuck yourself" now? It's insane. Cody Rhodes did it to The Rock. Just throwing it out there.
Yeah, because he listened to our podcast.
Hey, Christian, he did it. So it's
Christian did
Edge
too, yeah.
or Cope.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
It will always be Edge.
Yeah, it's Cope now. Fuck him.
No,
I don't know, he's coping, but that's fine.
he's trying to cope.
Cope.
That's for damn sure.
Cope now.
He's wasting away down there, but that's fine.
It's okay. He can retire. I'm fine with that.
Yeah, I've been over it.
He had a great career. Good run.
Grady came back, super emotional. I still lost my mind the night that music hit, but it's
You know, he came back and the world shut down 2 months later.
Yeah. So do we blame him for that?
Oh, 100%.
I guess that's his fault.
Yeah.
The timing makes sense.
After the match, Iniestra did come out to spoil the celebration because there's still bad heat there. I mean, it was Quintero that technically took him out with an injury back in December. It got so bad the locker room spoiled out. The referees were out there to separate the guys. Then Steve had enough, got on the mic, and announces a cage match for next month. He is putting those two guys in a cage.
A senior official did their job to solve a problem that was happening during the show. I just had to piggyback off Travis's thoughts and everything there because it makes sense. Like, I'm seeing the trend.
Knowing Steve, like I know Steve does, he's very like flat top where it's not everything, but when he feels it matters, that's when he'll intervene.
Okay.
Yeah, and I get it. You know, you can't change everything all the time, but you also can't just fucking pick and choose because that's just an insane way of fucking living.
Yeah.
You know, it's one thing I get that like. And I know, like, because I can't say it a lot about Damien when Damien's the general manager. I can't say it a lot about Nuke when Nuke being the owner. I couldn't even say it a lot about Nubby, you know, when Nubby was GM too. Because they were guys who ran their shows from the back. Running around, doing a lot of shit, staying busy. Some things get missed. They leave it into the trust as referee. You know, maybe they don't notice it until after the fact, whatever it is. But when you get a guy like Flat Top who's sitting out there watching the show and just allowing shit to go loony, or you see Steve who's at commentary acknowledging what's happening, allowing certain shit to get loony, it's like you can't pick and choose the shit that you want to correct or ignore. It just doesn't work that way. That's my opinion. I could be wrong, but I'm not.
The irony, though, is we're going back to Elmwood Park. The same building where Iniestra did get injured against Quintero in a TLC match.
Yeah.
So
Steve knows what he's doing. Yeah, Steve knows what he's doing.
Right. But in a cage, I think this should be it. This should be the end all be all, but we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, to put two men into a match with extreme stipulations, which one eventually gets hurt, the best way to coincide that is to put them in a match with an extreme stipulation, because what are the chances of lightning striking twice in the same place?
Oh.
Throwing it out there.
You're not wrong. We had the women's title. Mina Belmont, champion, taking on Natalia Markova. NWA's Natalia Markova, I should say. I am a huge fan of Natalia.
I like her too.
Her personality is great. She is awesome in the ring.
Oh, so you got a chance to speak with her?
I got to hear her talk.
Okay, I just didn't know if you got a chance.
She did
to
say
ask
hi
her.
to me. She did say hi to me.
Did you ask her if she listens to the podcast?
I didn't get that far.
Ah, man.
But you can just tell.
Listen,
But
one day, you're going to have to do it so we can start getting views. So this is our full-time job. We're just waiting on you going up to a very famous person and asking them, do you listen to the podcast? No? Go fuck yourself so we can clip that and throw it up on YouTube.
I'm waiting for the right moment.
You could have done it with your former opponent, Aiden English, a couple months back.
We're still trying to find the footage.
It exists. We'll just accept it. We can move on from it.
It's on a VHS somewhere, probably.
It's somewhere, 100%. I guarantee 100% that you faced Aiden English at one point. I think he's going to be in Frontline, like, coming up, right? I mean,
no, that happened already.
did that happen already? Okay, well, I'm assuming he's going to be back again at some point.
Yeah, some point, maybe.
I'll find out where your former opponent's going to be at, and we'll figure it out.
All right, cool. So, Amina Belmont talks shit. A lot of shit talking that night. Natalia grabs the mic from her and tells her that she talks too much, which is true. Amina Belmont likes to talk and way too much. And then when Natalia was about to speak, Amina jumped her from behind, and then the match started. In the end, Amina Belmont did get the win via a submission. It was pretty clean for the first time.
Did a good job for the first time.
All right. Then we had the heavyweight title match. Solomon Tupu took on Marshay Rocket. Now Tupu challenges Marshay to send his boys to the back. And, well, they accepted and said that they'll go away. Which, by the way, shout out to some of the Windy City alum being there and causing ruckuses throughout the night. I could not stop laughing my ass off. Terry Allen, Ripper Manson. Terry Allen was actually yelling at them not to go to the back, just stay there. You know.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's Terry Allen, of course. You know, he has to give his 2 cents when it's not asked.
Yeah. Let's see. So yeah, that happened, and Marshay tried to talk shit to Tupu, and well, Tupu headbutted Marshay to start the match.
Just a quick heads up for everyone. Aiden English is available this weekend. So, at least on the 25th. When is that? Is that Friday?
That's a Friday.
Friday, yeah. Sunday he'll be in California, but Friday he's available. So I won't be able to get your answer for you anytime soon, because the next time he's in this area, it looks like it'll be Michigan on May 17th. So, but don't worry, we'll figure this out for you. We're fine. We're on it.
All right. Cool. So towards the end of the match, the ref gets speared by Marshay, which allowed Boz and Bruss to come out to assault Tupu. When Boz was about to concerto Tupu, Adam Stallion and Cypher came out. And they were fighting with Boz and Bruss, but they ended up getting the upper hand a bit and started manhandling both guys. Then Conan Lycan came out and started, beating them down a little bit and trying to get some revenge. Because you got to remember, they were the ones that caused Conan Lycan to lose the title to Marshay. And then all 5 men fought to the back. So this left Marche and Tupu by themselves again. Marche about to do something to Tupu, but I forgot what it was. There goes my typing. I'm sure he was going for the M80. He misses and gets kicked in the face. We'll go with that.
You talking about the
And
M80 is not as powerful as the RKO? Saw that post you put out there too.
Well, come on, it makes sense now, doesn't
You ain't
it?
wrong. Hey, listen, you weren't wrong.
I mean, you lost to.
Mhm.
I mean, Joe Hendry loses to Randy Orton, but he beat Marche. Who's got the better move?
Hey, listen, I agree with you 100%. When you put out there, I'm like, you know what? You ain't wrong.
So Tupu hits a splash, and ref comes to and makes the count, but only got to a 2 because there was a foot on the rope. Somehow Marche got his foot up. Then again, the ref gets squashed. Kevin Woods is the only ref I know that gets manhandled 2 or 3 times in one match. This is what happens. I leave and all hell breaks loose.
Might be time to put
I
the
know,
stripes
I'm-
back on, bro.
Nah, I'm fine. I'm good. Don't need to. So let's see, where are my notes at? So then Marche grabs the belt and hits Tupu with it. Now, when we thought it was going to be over, Tupu actually did not go down, or stay down, I should say. He got up because the belt shot didn't phase him. It might have knocked him a little loopy,
Yeah.
but it didn't phase him as much. But then Marche got pissed, gave him not 1, but 2 M80s. And that allowed Marche to get the win. So then after the match, Lycan came out to make a challenge to Marche for the title. Now, this is where Steve starts to disappoint people. Steve says that there's a reason why he put Lycan in a match against Dijak next month. Because somebody else is getting a title shot against Marche.
Huh.
Can you guess who it is?
The Hades X19 or whatever it is.
No.
What is it again? Hades what?
X1X.
X1X. Yeah, Hades 19. Okay. Axel Rico.
No.
Not even close.
No.
Oh, fucking A. Warhorse.
No. It's somebody that Marche has an issue with currently.
Grin.
Someone in CSW.
Steve.
Someone who's an active wrestler.
Nubby.
Someone who is on the current roster of CSW.
I
got nothing.
don't know.
MeTOMicA.
Yeah.
She's
Okay.
getting the title shot against Marche.
Honestly, I didn't see Steve doing that. That's impressive. Okay.
Look at that. Giving him credit.
I'm okay with it. I think if he does that, he needs to go one step further and ban anyone from ringside getting involved.
But
Well-
will he?
Well, Steve, if you're listening, well, all I gotta say is we talked about you and you'll listen.
Put his name on the
Ban them from ringside. Ban people from ringside. Do your job, Steve.
I mean, I guess for the defense of MeTOMicA, because we always least I always have the advice of, have friends, have someone to have your back and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, at least Mr. Kate, could potentially have the tag team champions on her side. The same people that, are gunning for their titles are going to be on the other side of Marche Rocket. So,
yeah.
And listen, regardless of the Cypher's goofy smile or not, he's a big dude, big fucking monster of a man. So, he could definitely handle his own. Listen, I don't know if CSW ever had a women's heavyweight champion.
Nope.
But I mean, Mr. Kate wouldn't be a bad first.
Absolutely not.
So.
Nope. If my memory is correct, I think she was the first women's champion of CSW.
There we go. Yeah.
Make history twice now.
And that was CSW. Tears in the Rain.
That rain.
Yeah, a lot of rain.
Perfect. And then next show, May 16th, Nowhere Generation.
Yeah.
As of right now, we know, as you mentioned, we're taking on Dijak at that show in Elmwood Park and cage match.
The cage match, and then Mr. Kate and Marche.
Cool.
You may even see me.
Yeah, we should. We should.
You should.
Have you heard from IWF yet, or Illinois? Yeah, IWF yet?
I can confirm that I will be on the next show.
Nice. Have we confirmed when the next show is going to be?
May 10th.
Yeah. Very cool. I get that on the calendar. That's not me. What we got next?
I don't know. What do you want to do?
I mean, we had hybrid this past week too. Unfortunately, we got nothing from them, so nothing was posted, and I guess we're just gonna have to wait, find out what happened there. So
that's fine. As far as I can tell, though, the next hybrid wrestling entertainment show will be June 29th.
Okay, so we got a little bit of time.
Yeah. I guess, I don't know if they're a bi-monthly company or whatever, but that looks like that's the next show that is advertised. If I'm looking real quick, yeah. So June 29th is the next show, and for the 2025 Summer Series tournament.
Cool.
But we also did have New Genesis wrestling that happened this past weekend as well, and Pex, you got that right.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Nubby, for sending this on over, because I know you had the connects originally with New Genesis. So I'm literally going to read, because they gave me some backstory as well as a lot of information on the matches themselves. So I'm going to get through on all this. So little backstory to help paint this picture, okay? They have a right to fight, which is basically their Money in the Bank cash-in that can be exercised to right to fight for a title, okay? Kind of like how SCW has the call your shot bat, which
So it's Frontline Pro.
Okay. Yep. I mean, a lot of places doing this now. Thanks WWE for the cool idea, I guess. Don't know if they actually.
Well, I just meant call your shot, not.
So call your shot specifically, yeah. So Chris Cade is the longest reigning champion until he unfortunately had to vacate the title due to an injury back in October. Now, remember, this is the backstory. This is going to correspond right back later on. So, a couple of the matches. Jerry Morgan defeated Chris Cutler by DQ. Marco Hendricks defeated Navi Kai via pinfall. Preacher retained the Lightning Division champion after interference from his new disciple, Manson. The Fam defeated the Boys via pinfall. And then this is now where we're going to get a lot of details and backstories. So Nyx defeated Lilith Grimm to advance in the tournament to crown the first ever NGW Women's Champion. Nyx now joins Lexi Green and Shaza McKenzie in the winner's bracket. See, I almost screwed that up, and I remembered it at the top of my head.
I'm
for the
proud
win.
of you for doing your job.
Yeah, I know. Like you corrected yourself. Congratulations, champ. Welcome to Garden.
You have no idea how exhausting it is for me to have to do that for you.
It's a lot of work. I know. We got to keep me reeled in on a lot of stuff
Yeah.
here. All right.
Oh,
So this goes into the next lot of matches, last two. Dexter Roswell versus Ricky Cruz became a triple threat after 12 minutes in the match when Playboy Double H exercised his right to fight contract and inserted himself into the match. Playboy got the win after he and PYT used the fact that there is a no disqualification in a triple threat advantage. Who knew? PYT restrained Ricky, forcing him to watch Playboy hit a weakened Dexter with a curb stomp and secured the pin. After the match, though, PYT beat down Ricky, Dexter, and Logan Ridge, which he then tried to come to Dexter and Ricky's aid, but was outnumbered. Suddenly, and this is where we talked about earlier, Chris Cade emerged, fought off PYT, and it was announced then that Playboy will defend his NGW title at Wrestling for a cure against Chris Cade. So he's back. He is going after the title he technically never lost. So this is going to be pretty interesting coming up then. And that was all of New Genesis Wrestling's battle lines from this weekend.
Did they have an mention when the next show is going to be?
I do not have any info. Let me look that up though while we're kind of.
Well, real quick. Yeah, because we're talking about results. We got everything we need for that end.
Yeah. We got that. Let's see here.
And just so you know, Travis,
Yeah, what's up?
you've been kind of in and out again. But
Yeah, a little bit.
we're okay.
Listen, as long as it's
We're okay
recorded,
now.
yeah, as long as it's recorded, I don't give a fuck what I'm like.
I
I
still
know
see the red up there for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, everything looks like it's still recorded. I know there's bad winds and shit coming through here, and I know Comcast has been working on shit out this way. As long as it says recording, I'm okay. So, I don't see anything for New Genesis next show.
No.
Do you?
June. That's it. That's all we know is the next show will be in June.
Gotcha. Nubby, if you're ready, let's talk Frontline, because I do want to talk about. You know what? Shit. Let's do IPW. Let's do IWW first.
Ooh, okay.
Okay.
I'm excited for it to come back and want to dive into what's going on out there, because I mean the LIM did it, but I know we'll do it better, so it's fine.
All right. Which, by the way, the LIM did have a show. Or no, I shouldn't say LIM. PX did the show this time.
Oh.
There's some controversy because he's surprised that they didn't change the passwords on him, or maybe they did. I don't know. But PAX had, I believe, Corey McHenry on with him. And maybe somebody else, but I did not check it out yet, so that's on me. I guess I'm a bad member this week. I don't know.
Listen, when did it come out?
Over the weekend.
Yeah, okay. Fucking life's busy. It was Easter. And we have jobs.
And WrestleMania.
And WrestleMania, yeah. Well, yeah. Well, I haven't watched it either. I plan on doing it, but it's not going to be today.
Yeah.
For those of you out there who have no lives, and you haven't seen it yet, that shit's on you. Be a better person.
Yeah. But yeah, IPW is back and better than ever. And they are presenting Spring Heat as we are supporting their own 2025 Homer Heat. I believe it's Mokinas or Tinley, that area. There's a baseball team called the Homer Heat. So they're supporting that. And that is one of the reasons why this show is starting 2 hours later than normal. As doors open at 3 p.m. and bell time is 4 p.m., it is at 22341 Governor's Highway in Richmond Park at the VFW. General admission tickets are $15. Kids 10 and under, you are just $10. And it's Sunday, April 27th, in case I didn't throw that out there. All right, we have an awesome lineup. Of course, I'm on the show, so of course it's going to be awesome. We have the Trios Tag Team titles as the Reprisal, who are the current champions, will be taking on. Now, they put it as PB&J. Obviously, we know what that is, but it's really Pizza and Beer and Dizzle Tracks. If we want to be technical, I'll just say Cowabunga Crew at this point. But, yes.
That's my guy. You shitting, buddy.
I mean, you saw 3 of us at Rocket Pro, almost getting the win, but shit happens. But we plan on taking those trios titles and having pizza and beer. And lots of it.
Just gotta make sure all on the same page and, danger sober. Or not sober. I still don't know what's he best at.
The thing is, we don't know whether he's drunk or sober, because...
Yeah.
I guess we'll find out maybe before Sunday.
I don't know. That's the thing. It's just like, if we don't know now, will we ever?
Probably not. Maybe we'll find out when the bell rings.
Yeah, that's always the best way to do it.
You know what? Let's wait until then.
Yeah, it's only 6 days away. We'll figure it out.
Because I don't even know if Sean Danger's even sober now.
True.
And if you saw us on the Power Hour 2 weeks ago, we don't know if he was sober then because he barely talked. We didn't know if he was passed out half the time. In a special attraction series, we have Rion Skills getting in that ring and taking on Damian Gray. This might be the first IPW show where there's no idols to back him up.
Oh,
he has nobody.
No more idols, yeah.
So this could be finally a straight up match. Maybe.
Damian seems like the kind of guy who at least always has friends. Maybe not so much idols, but friends.
However, he might be a little distracted because if my memory is correct, and of course if it's not, Rianne will call me out.
Mm-hmm.
The last time they had a show with the Homer Heat there, they didn't take kindly to Damian Gray. And they got in his head a little bit. So maybe he'll be distracted again and Rian will take advantage of it.
I mean, it couldn't happen to a nicer guy, you know?
Yeah.
To me, Damian Gray is a lot like Damian Saint. Like, I like the work that he does, but I don't really support some of the decisions he makes. Now, if it was up to me, if I had my own company and I was able to book my own shit, I would love to see a Damian Gray, like Nick Diamond tag team. For some reason, I just see them working well together.
Yeah. Sounds like Nick Diamond's become a fan favorite over there at ARW.
I see that. It kind of seems like him and Creed kind of just swapped roles and shit.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, it wasn't just like a few months ago that Creed was trying to get Nick to work with him to take out, is it Glover? The champion right now?
Yeah.
And that did, then they just decided to swap roles.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing too. Is like, I guess for me, I think like when I see Damien, I think of like greaser, rock and roll, and then obviously Nick Diamond, I think of like a rock star. I don't know. I think it'd be a good team. Anyone out there, book them as a tag team. It'll fucking work. Trust me, I know what I'm talking
Facts.
about. Yeah, I know what I'm talking about. I'm usually never wrong.
Usually. We have
8% wrong. I could even be wrong about that. Who knows? I could be within that 8%.
We'll call Scott Steiner for the math.
There we go. Math don't lie.
We have the alternative and junior heavyweight title on the line. Is Corey McHenry, who has both championships. He'll be defending both championships against Nick Diamond and Muggsy James. This match is going to be great. It's going to be fire. I mean, Nick and Muggsy alone, when they go one-on-one, they have great matches. But then you're adding Corey McHenry. Holy shit. Now, I don't know if it's elimination because with 2 belts on the line, maybe it's one and done. One person becomes the champion, but both walks away with both titles on one pin or submission. I don't know. Probably should have asked that question when I asked about something else.
If it was up to me, I would have done the 2 falls, 1 fall
right,
first title.
Yeah,
2 out of 3. Like the Jericho Benoit angle match kind of thing for the IC European. First fall is for this title, second fall is for this title. I think that's the best way to go about it. Who knows? Maybe. I mean, listen, card something to change. If they haven't done it yet, they might be able to do it now. So,
hey, never know.
Yeah.
But this match is gonna be fire. It might be match of the evening, so that's just... All right. We have some open challenges. For the league title, this is an open challenge, and Jay Thunder is the champion. So we don't know who his opponent is. We have another title. The C3 heavyweight title is on the line. As D'Angelo Steele will defend that title against somebody. For the first time ever, I believe, in IPW, the Wrestle League championship will be on the line, as Humek will be defending his championship against somebody. Now we have the RPW Zero Gravity title eliminator match, as Aaron Stone, who is current Zero Gravity champion, will be defending it against multiple individuals in this special eliminator match. Now, I have the rules, and I love this concept. It is like a Royal Rumble, 90-second intervals, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
2 men will start, and another one comes in every 90 seconds. Now, here's some twists for you. Besides the fact that you can only win by pinfall and submission, or eliminate by pinfall and submission, disqualifications are live. Like, there are disqualifications. No weapon.
If you get DQ'd, you're eliminated.
Exactly.
Okay, shit.
Here's the other twist. Now, in Rumbles and Battle Royals, you throw somebody over the top rope, they're eliminated. If you throw somebody over the top rope, you're eliminated. You're disqualified. Interesting twist right there.
That's pretty cool. Yeah. And that's the one thing I love about IPW is that they take the norm and they just throw it out the window and go for unique. Because you're not finding matches like that. I mean, what other companies are you seeing out there where you're going to have 4 different companies with titles being defended at one place?
Yeah.
You know,
and they're open challenges.
Yeah, which is amazing. I mean, if fucking Apex wasn't too busy getting surgeries and shit, he could have fucking walked out and picked any one title from any 4 companies at one show and said, yeah, maybe I want to go after a C3 title or an IPW title or an RPW title. You know?
That sounds interesting.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be something if he won the Zero Gravity title?
All right.
Change the field of play entirely.
Oh yeah. You know what? Go accept all the challenges. When you can sit there and you can be the champion of 4 different companies in one fucking night.
I mean, unfortunately, surgery just got in the way of history.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Just ironic how that all works out.
No, always when I'm hurt.
It's interesting to see them. I mean, like I said, it's like Nubby said, these are all open challenges.
Yeah.
These are the champions of these companies coming in and saying, take it. Come earn it, you know?
I love when companies allow their titles to be defended in other promotions because to me, there's really no negativity that comes out of it unless it's a total beatdown of their champion, really. But other than that, you're bringing awareness to your company and your lineage. So I love that idea.
Yeah. On top of like the other twists and turns, you can pin or make someone submit in and outside the ring.
Oh, so it's like a falls count anywhere type match.
Falls
as well?
count anywhere, but you didn't hear this part.
Okay.
There are disqualifications.
I thought I heard you when I was closing shop.
Yeah.
That's something. So it's interesting. Okay.
So
and you
how
can
does
lose the title via disqualification.
What's that?
Or no? Can you lose your title via disqualification?
I assume so. I mean, if you think about it, so Aaron Stone's the champion in this matchup.
Okay.
If he gets eliminated, he loses the belt. So yeah, I think yes, if he gets disqualified, he loses the title.
The biggest factor for him going into this show is because you said it's like a Royal Rumble. Every 90 seconds, somebody else comes out.
Yep.
It's not about when somebody. It's not a gauntlet match. It's not you lose, next person comes out.
Yeah.
So his factors are how many people are in the match. Is he number 1 or is he the last one? And if he is the first one, how fast can he get his opponent out before the next one comes out? So I mean, who knows? If he's smack dab in the middle, you know, then who knows? It's wild. And like you said, he can't throw anyone over because he'll get disqualified. You know, he can't get pinned. I knew that. Like he's got to be really fucking lucky. And the fact that this is his first match back at IPW since he said that he is done with IPW.
He had one match after that.
Has
he
he?
was brought
Okay.
back in.
Gotcha. Okay. The last match I saw with him at IPW was the one where it was like his farewell match. So okay, then ignore that part then. Good for him. Good for him on accepting this challenge. And again, it's an RPW championship in an IPW stipulated match.
Yep.
Good for him.
Yeah. And I just love this concept. Like,
Yeah.
You're taking all the different rules from old school to now. Like that over the top rope thing, you were getting disqualified back in the day for throwing somebody over the top rope in a regular match. So you can be eliminated from a match just throwing somebody over the top rope. That's crazy. Yeah. And I love it. Yeah.
Imagine you accidentally clotheslining somebody over the top rope and getting disqualified for it.
Right.
You know, because it's not even about throwing somebody over. You go to close somebody, which how often do you see in a fucking match to begin with? You throw a clothesline and somebody goes over and out, you're out. Like, that's wild. Good for IPW. That's what challenge. Like I said, I'm curious to see how many people are actually in it. I'm curious to see if he's the first or last to be in it, or if he's just somewhere in the middle.
Yeah. A couple mentions of who's going to be in it. Chris Classic, Shaq Jordan, Christian Torjan, James Fury, Leo LaFleur, Dre Marquis, Tez Carter, OV8, and who else is going to be in there? We don't know. We'll find out this Sunday.
I'm glad you brought that up.
I'm glad I did too.
I think I read somewhere. I think maybe the liaison posted about it. I think there's 15 competitors.
I think 15 is the number, the magic number.
I think he posted somewhere about out of the LIM podcast saying that they mentioned like 9 to 10 of the 15. So maybe there's 15 people. One obviously being fucking a champion. So
yeah.
Okay, so he knows he has to fucking beat 14 people. But like I said, knowing Stone, I guess it don't matter if he's first or 15. He's gonna defend that title to the best of his ability.
Yeah.
Now, is he in his head because the last time he defended that championship, he didn't technically win it cleanly or defend it cleanly because Steve interjected himself into that shit? Maybe. Maybe.
And remember, Jack Jordan's in this match again with him, so who knows what may happen.
Yeah, good. So Steve could screw him over for a second time, and then not allow. Well, I guess technically, if Steve does get involved and attacks Shaq Jordan any type of way, he'll get disqualified. So, look at this.
That could be interesting.
If he makes it, because I think Steve's going to Frontline Saturday. So, well, it's a later show.
Yeah, but this is Sunday. It's Sunday.
It's a later show too. He can sleep it off.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Am I giving him ideas to screw over Shaq Jordan? Oh no. Oh wait, I don't need to give him ideas. He'll do it anyways, and say he won't.
No, he won't do it. No.
He'll say he won't do it, but then he'll
be
go
careful.
behind.
Hey, be careful how you word things because he'll go into the Power Hour and accuse you of saying that he wants to have intercourse with Shaq Jordan. So he's up there.
Did you listen to last week's Power Hour?
Which one was that?
Where he responded but didn't respond or something.
I want to say I did, but it was like a week ago, and I had a lot of shit going on over the past week. I'll probably have to go re-listen to it. No, actually, no, that's not because the last one I listened to was Rachel telling me to put in the work she puts in. And that was 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
So I did not get a chance to listen to the one that's past.
So on this one, he pretty much said he told Red and Rachel to go listen to get their interpretation. Basically, on a sarcastic level, he said, you go ahead and make your own assumptions. He's pretty much backtracking now. He doesn't want to be accused of saying something again. So,
and that's the thing too. It's like because at C Red's roast, he apologized to me over taking Steve's side on so many things because he listened to what I said and realized that the way Steve interpreted it was wrong. And that's the thing too. It's like I don't fault Steve for having his own opinion. I fault C-Red and Rachel for listening to that opinion instead of finding one on their own. Mm-hmm. And I got nothing against Rachel, but Rachel will follow Steve blindly regardless of what I say or what I do because in her mind, I'm the fucking devil. It doesn't matter what I say because to her, I'm pure fucking evil to her and everything. And that's fine. I don't, her opinion of me is like everyone else's opinion of me. It does not matter to me. Mm-hmm. That's why people say shit about me. It doesn't work because it doesn't get to me. Because I know that I'm going to say far worse about you, and it will get to you because that's just how life works.
Yeah.
But like I said, like C-Red will just listen to Steve's opinion because Steve is so passionate about what he says, and C-Red, being a good friend to Steve, will sit there and agree and listen to him and believe him and agree with him. That's why I loved when Rion, was there from time to time to tell Steve, well, no, Steve, that's not what was said. Well, no, Steve, that's not what they said. Like Rion was, the voice of reason. It's insane. But if Steve told them, sarcastic or not, to go listen to the show and get their own interpretations, that's exactly what they should do.
Right. Here's the thing, though.
Yeah.
So there was a point during the roller derby talk, where Steve was kind of being snotty towards, Rachel because of all the shenanigans that are taking place, whatever. And Rachel called him out on stuff, and which was pretty much something we said. So I'm sitting there and I'm like, well, wait a minute. So I get it now.
Yeah.
If we say something that calls him out on his shit, we're the assholes.
Oh, yeah, we're pieces of shit, 100%. Yeah.
But when they do it, it's okay.
Yeah.
So it's kind of funny how we stand on this level of friendship.
It's insane, yeah. No, 100%. And Steve will keep going back to the whole thing. It's like, I thought that we were friends. I thought we had this kumbaya, and we are. It's okay for friends to critique other friends and shit on their stuff.
Absolutely.
I do it all the time to a lot of people. If they ask my opinion, I do it worse. But on this show, yeah, I'll give you my opinion. That's the whole point of this podcast, is to give our opinions on what we see in the perspective of wrestling. Yeah. Now, when it came to last week and my mockery of Rachel, yeah, that was probably a little bit over the line. But she asked me to live up to her level of fucking putting in the work, which all she said was that she created characters for different roller derby people. Listen, I may have made the joke back in the day that roller derby is just, there's no different than a children's skating party. Yes, that was, it was a joke, but she doesn't know the amount of work I fucking put in. She doesn't know shit. Anything that she could talk about how she's busted her ass at, I could compete and double that work, whether it be actual jobs or, I'm not going to go there, but there's one part that because knowing Rachel, her one thing that she'll probably have over me, we talking about like motherhood or some shit like that. And believe it or not, I've never birthed a child. So
not this day and age?
Not yet.
Okay.
But I know that raising a child is difficult because my mom had a child, had my sister when I was 10 years old. And while she was a hard worker, I get my work ethic from my mom because she busted her ass raising 4 kids and working 3 jobs. So from 10 to 22, I raised my sister. So even though I wasn't a mother, I understand the hardships of raising a fucking child, especially an infant. And doing that at 10 years old is fucking rough. So comparison to her raising a child, I can compete with that. Working in warehouses and landscaping and petroleum industries and refineries, I can compete with that work. Podcasting, I can compete with that work. So when she wants to sit there and attack me and say that I need to be on her level, if she's talking about fucking doing roller derby, absolutely fucking not. I'm not going to fucking go out there. I'm not going to skate around the fucking ring and bash people and shove people around to get points. Absolutely not. You can do that all you want. But do not tell me that's putting in the work and I don't do jack shit. Because I've done the work, just not roller derby work. I created 5 new fucking roller derby names for any newcomers coming up. I think we all agree with Ratchet Strap's the best fucking one.
Yep.
So I've done that work, which in my mind, that's harder to do than learning how to fucking skate, is being creative. And I crushed that shit on the drive home. I need Steve just to stop relaying shit poorly to people. I want people to have their own opinion of me being a piece of shit. I guess that's the best way of doing it. I think the biggest example of Ben McCoy and the shit with C-Red when he wanted to threaten to drive down here and beat my ass just because shit was relayed to him instead of him just listening to the fucking show. Because that shit almost cost us not to talk about Frontline Pro anymore. Because I was prepared to be petty as fuck about that. Because I don't need somebody to come and talk to me about, oh, Ben McCoy's not getting out of the car. Ben, what's it fucking burgers, whatever, is going to get out of the car, and he's going to murder you. It's like, no, you're not, first of all. Just stop that shit. But secondly, like, you're getting angry about something that has nothing to fucking do with you. I get, even Steve listened to the fucking thing, and even Steve wasn't mad about what I said about Steve Red. Because they know it was the truth. I don't go on here and spew bullshit and lies about fucking people like Rachel wants to try to do. Or like Steve does. I give my opinion based on what I see in my perspective, and that's what it fucking is. So if I sit there and say, hey, Steve cost Aaron Stone the opportunity to cleanly retain his championship, and now Stone has to deal with that and live with that. But that's my opinion, and that's not fucking wrong. Because Steve did interject himself into a situation he had no business being in. Steve left that commentary table, again, for no reason whatsoever. He can't leave the commentary table to save Nubby, but he can leave that commentary table to be petty against Shaq Jordan. That's the shit that Steve will take and twist and say, well, I guess Travis just wanted Stone to lose his title to Shaq Jordan by being struck with a chair. No, Steve, I just want you to treat Nubby the same way you treat every one of your other fucking friends. You just can't do that.
Well, speaking of Shaq Jordan,
there we go.
He actually will be on the Power Hour this week.
Oh,
good.
So that should be interesting.
And Steve's gonna make him feel like a piece of shit somehow.
Oh, wow.
He's gonna take the guy who he used to call a generational treasure and treat him like an asshole now. I hope Steve apologizes for what he for ruining a great match at RPW. Because that's exactly what he did. He got involved in the match. Honestly, I'm sure Stone, you know what, Nubby, you know Stone better than me. If Steve didn't get involved, would Stone lost that match?
We'll never know.
We'll never know because Steve inputted himself into that shit. Insane. We've all seen Final Destination. We see what fucking happens when you fuck with death. Not the same thing, but close enough.
Death and wrestling, same thing. Got it.
Yeah.
Well, nonetheless, IPW returns. Spring Heat this Sunday, April 27th. 22341 Governor's Highway in Richard Park, Illinois at the VFW. Doors open 3 p.m., bell time 4 p.m. Admission $15. Kids, you're just $10. 10 and under. 11, you gotta still pay 15.
Excellent. Pax, let's jump into Ego Pro, man. So this is the first time we're talking about Ego Pro here. Pax was excited to bring that over here to the JFW, and I'm excited to talk about it.
Yeah, a company that I've got to debut for last year. He did like semi-annual shows. The reason why I wanted to bring it in is because we're starting to see more regularity as we go into the baseball season. We have wrestling matches at Slammers as well as a couple other places. Thunderbolts, yes. So definitely a lot of cool stuff going on. You get to watch baseball game, watch wrestling. I've wrestled at the Forge for Ego Pro. This one, though, is right in my backyard. It's a shame I won't be able to attend, but I want a lot of people to go to this because you never know what's going to happen. So we have Ego Pro this Saturday, April 26th at Papa Magoo's Bar and Grill at 14285 South County Line Road in Shorewood, Illinois. Road.
I got the eye of the test. Sorry, go on.
Roads.
Right in my backyard over here. Awesome to see. Tickets. So front row is completely sold out.
When you say it's right in your backyard, like it's close enough where Pac-Man can see it?
Yeah. He could probably watch this match from my yard.
From the bush, yeah. From that singular bush that recently got added to your. Okay, gotcha.
I asked my wife about it. She said she had no idea what that was. So I just thought she did some landscaping. Now I'm even more freaked out. Guys, so tickets are still available. The doors are going to open at 6 p.m. The show starts at 7. Front row is completely sold out. I just saw today that second row is sold out as well. There are some special VIP first and second row tickets that go for $100. This does include an open bar drink package. This is a bar, so you get to have some drinks. General admission will be $20. And second row is gone. Third row would have been $25, so you can either get general admission or third row for $25, general admission for $20. They are trying to get more chairs, I found out, so there's definitely starting to pack the place up. Some matches that we've got going on, guys, is going to be Latino's Most Wanted. We'll take on Shane Boucher and hang on, I just clicked on my thing. Jay Marston.
It's Boucher.
Boucher? What the? Didn't you just say Boucher like an hour ago?
You
No, I
said
said
Boucher.
Boucher.
Man, the thing that I got kicked in the face by this guy. You think maybe that's why I can't say his name right because I'm still mad he kicked me in the face.
Either that or you're stupid.
A little bit of both. CT is a hell of a thing, guys. Second match announced. We got a triple threat match. We have Lily Pescadilla, Regan Lydale, and Amina Belmont in a match. The Diamond in the Rough, Rafael Quintaro versus August Matthews. Victor, and how do you say that again, Turtle?
Iniestra.
There we go. See, versus Solomon Tupu. I don't know if you like him at all, but Ryan Matthews versus Trip Jordy. So that could be a good one.
Yeah, no, but you like Ryan Matthews?
Is he a fan? I don't know.
You a fan, Ryan Matthews?
I like to punch him in the face.
I mean, I got hired by Ryan Matthews to beat up Chico, and that didn't go very well. I think I got set up for that one.
Sounds about right.
Yeah. So then we got Davey Bang versus Alfonso Gonzalez. And then, as I just mentioned, Chico Suave versus Robert Ego Anthony. Plus many more surprises. Guys, I do highly recommend, if you're listening to the show, you've never been to an Ego Pro show, to go. There's always some kind of big surprise. Robert Anthony Ego has been WWE, AEW, Ring of Honor. He's been around the world, so he has made a lot of connections, and he likes to do a lot of surprises. So you never know who is going to show up to a match where Robert Anthony Ego is at. Plus, support the local guys in the area. There are a lot of big names on here that you guys have seen everywhere else. So that is Ego Pro Battle at the Dome at Papa Magoo's Bar and Grill at the Shorewood Dome.
Awesome. Yeah, I do like that Ego Pro did comment on there that he expects to see us all at the Dome. Unfortunately, two of us will be at Southland Championship Wrestling, and one will be laying around doing nothing. So.
Yep, can't even go to my two favorite companies.
That's right. Literally doing nothing. You can't sit there and say that's not true because that's exactly what it is.
I might catch up on some shows.
Oh, there you go. Get some IWTV.
There we go.
Nubby, what about Ultimate Combat Gauntlet? Where are we at with that?
God, I love that.
That's a good question. I'm gonna tell you some stuff now about Ultimate Combat Gauntlet.
How long can you stall?
Ultimate Combat Gauntlet is this Friday, April 25th, and they present Ultimate Combat X. Ooh. Not my X, thank God.
Okay.
6550 South Maynard Avenue in Bedford Park, Illinois, which is just down the street. You would think I'd go to that show. But doors open at 6 p.m., bell time is 7 p.m., adults $20, kids $10. Some matches I'm going to tell you about right now. Bill Montgomery will be taking on Chris Miller. For the Ultimate Combat Gauntlet Championship, we have Kenny Sutra, who just won the championship at the last show in finishing up the tournament. He'll be defending the title against KJ Carter. Enzio Orlandi will be taking on Hans Carden. By the Book will be taking on Connor Core and Lucia Ludacris in a tag team match. Rockin' Rivera will be making his debut, I believe, as he takes on JC Heights. King Trell will be taking on Joey Pearson. And Killa Lee will be taking on Jax Johnson. And that is the card for Ultimate Combat Gauntlet, presenting Ultimate Combat X, Friday, April 25th, 6550 South Maynard Avenue in Bedford Park, Illinois. Doors 6 p.m. Yeah, let's go with that. Doors 6 p.m., bell time 7 p.m. Kids, you're $10. Adults, you're $20.
So anytime between noon to 11 p.m. I can enter.
Yeah. Well, you probably could because it's a bar. It's a goose
Oh,
bar.
crap. I haven't been there yet, so that'd be kind of cool. I just love the name. Like, it just makes sense for a guy like me to be part of that. So
It's definitely one that, I mean, again, my whole goal was to make all of these shows in 2025. Here we are mid-April, and I haven't made any but SCW. It's still going to happen, though. I mean, and when you get shows that are Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, it's a lot easier. With Ultimate Combat Gauntlet being on Fridays and Bedford Park being an easy drive to get to compared to like a downtown Chicago one, this one's easy. And I do want to try getting to this one. Because the thing is, too, like a lot of the wrestlers that are at Ultimate Combat are CSW guys that I would love to see, but tickets to CSW sell out so quickly. And like I said, getting to downtown Chicago from my house is sometimes a little bit rough. So, gotcha. Nubby, let's promote IWA Productions. I know they don't give us a match card, but at least we know we got a flyer and we can tell people what's going on with them as far as this weekend.
You know what? I think I'll do that as the IWA.
What?
I almost said IPW. I almost went Sunday again.
You just start going to the match card again.
IWA Productions presents Spring Fever. It takes place 521 Perkins Avenue in Mount Vernon, Illinois. Doors open at 6 p.m. Bell time is 7 p.m. Tickets are available in advance at the Ringside Buffet, which is literally in the same vicinity, like right there. You can walk from the buffet to the arena, and the arena to the buffet. Like literally, you could actually jump if you got hops. Like I have pops, you have hops.
Nobody's got pops.
Pops,
but not so many hops.
No.
And they got great food. So check out the buffet before the show. Or if you want to just get your tickets tomorrow at the buffet, enjoy some buffet food. It's awesome. Great food. Great people. Say hi to Patty and John for me. Tell them Turtle sent you.
Turtles.
Front row is $12 and general admission is $7. Get yours while they last. Now, the only thing they have that might be about the show is after winning the Mount Vernon Rumble match, Sid Holland has earned a title shot against IWA Productions heavyweight champion Playboy Double H. What will the fallout be from PYT costing Chris Bean the Rumble match? Also scheduled to appear, IWA Productions light heavyweight champion Mason the Sound Guy, IWA Productions tag team champions, The Gospel of Damnation. We also got Chris Thomas, Jerry Morgan, the Great Heathen Army, Navi Kai, and more. That's all taking place this Saturday at IWA Productions.
MCW is this Friday, April 25th at the Skydive Chicago. That's 3215 East 1969th Road in Ottawa, Illinois. Doors open at 6. Showtime's at 7. General admission tickets are $20. Kids are $10. 6 and under are free. Tickets are available at their social medias. As of right now, we got some matches that I can sit here and share with you. And shout out to MCW for not only providing the match card for your upcoming show, but also sharing the posts about us talking about you. Really appreciate that. I know, it's crazy, right? So it's the event is called MCW Street Fight. Again, it's located at the Skydive Chicago in Ottawa. We're gonna see a triple threat tag team elimination. Awesome, fucking elimination match. Good. It's like they listen. The OGs are taking on Jack and Eddie, who are also taking on Risky Business. I don't know if I said that right. I don't speak Ebonics. We have a women's match with Leslie Michelle taking on Reagan Lydale. 2 out of 3 falls tag team match with White Meat taking on the Mutants. Triple threat match with Eric Surge taking on Aries Creed, taking on Ethan Everhart. We're going to see the MCW US champion, Rafael Quintero, who's going to be back in action. The MCW World Championship match, we're going to see Axel Rico taking on Eric Schultz. And in the MCW Street Fight, the main event, you're going to see Chris Mercer taking on AMB. Make sure you guys are following MCW on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. And like I said, tickets are available on their website link, which is available on their social media accounts. And again, it is this Friday at Skydive Chicago in Ottawa, Illinois. Just make sure you check out their amazing shows. Make sure you follow them on social media. And I thank them for getting me the information to relay to you guys, because that's how this works.
It's almost like if you tag us, we will talk about you.
Well, yeah, and you know what? It didn't take me 7 years to do that with them. Correction, 8 years this coming June.
Oh, wow. Congratulations.
Yeah, it's coming up quick. But, again, 3215 East, 1969th Road in Ottawa, Illinois. Doors open at 6. Showtime is at 7 p.m. It is this Friday for MCW Street Fight.
Perfect.
Gotcha.
It is at a hangar, so don't freak out when you guys go to there. It's a really cool place, though.
Yeah. Listen, I don't care what the place look like, as long as it's got chairs.
There are chairs.
That's the one thing about, I think it was Ego. They do the...
the baseball shows.
No, not those. The concert hall one.
The Forge?
Yeah, they don't have chairs there, do they?
Yeah, they do. There's chairs. Yeah.
For some reason, okay.
Quick.
So for some reason, like I remember, and maybe it wasn't Ego Pro, maybe it was a different wrestling company that had a show there once, but it was like it was standing room only. Like it wasn't. It's not like hey, all the chairs are sold out. Is that there is no seats. It's all standing. So I'm thinking maybe it was a different show then, because one of the reasons I never went to a show at the Forge is because like I want to sit. And it's not lazy. It's just like I know the show's going to go for 4 hours.
Yeah.
I don't want to stand there the whole time.
Yeah, I did a booth at that Forge show with no seating, and I can tell you right now that hurt the next day.
Gotcha. Okay, so they do have shows there that are no seating. But that's not Ego Pro. Ego Pro has seats at theirs?
Ego has seats.
It could have been freelance. I know they did a show there.
Maybe that's what it was then, yeah. I know it was wrestling, and I know they said that there's no seating. It's standing room only entry. So noted. Okay, we covered IPW, IWA, Ego, Midwest, Ultimate. Let's talk about Frontline Pro.
You know what? I'm going to tell you about Frontline Pro.
I hope so, because I don't think Apex has the information for it.
I did not.
He doesn't, because I do.
Okay, good. I'm proud.
It's time to climb to glory, brother.
It is Climb to Glory. And we are going to climb to glory this Saturday, April 26th, at the Oak Ave Community Center, which is 201 South Oak Ave in Marshfield, Wisconsin.
Ooh.
Going to Wisconsin. Holy
Wisconsin.
shit. Cheeseland. Here we come. 6 p.m. is the bell time. So I assume 5:30, 5:15, doors open, somewhere around there. General admission is $20. We have for the Bakerville Championship, it will be Joe Alonzo, who is the current Bakerville champion. He'll be taking on Jared Jacks. Then we have Kevin Calloway taking on Redis Atlas. In a Liberty match, we have Rory Shield taking on Sierra. Settle down, Travis. Settle down. Sam Eli will be taking on Warhorse Jake Parnell. For the heavyweight title, we have Josh Price, the champion, taking on Tyson Maddox. And we have the Call Your Shot ladder match. And it will be Ben McCoy, Shaq Jordan, Justin Fowler, Kayvon Lee, Joey Avalon, settle down, Travis, and Dante Casanova.
So, do we know what's hanging over the ring?
No.
I could only assume, being that it's Frontline Pro, and what they represent and what they do as far as like veterans and military and all that stuff. If it's anything, it's like an ROTC rifle or something like that.
Maybe.
That'd be kind of cool.
Or maybe a pool cue. You call your shot playing pool.
As long as it ain't a bat. As long as it's not a bat. Like I said, it'd be unique. I mean, because of Baker's, I can still pool cue. If it's something unique, I'm on board 100%.
What about a phone?
Yeah, right. It's just one of those old like block phones that they had from like the 90s and shit.
The Zach Morris phone?
Yeah, there we go. Just one of the bag phones and shit that like cost like $18 a minute to fucking talk on.
I mean, yeah, because then you can actually hit somebody with it.
Exactly. We got to find out. Steve, if you're listening up to this point, can you say on your show what's going to be hanging over the ring? Because I'm curious. I'm going to put my bet on an ROTC rifle or some sort of fake rifle of sorts.
That could be cool.
That's my prediction. Nubby, you're going with pool cue?
Yeah.
Pex, what are you going with? You want to take the block phone?
Yeah, I'll take the block phone. That's fine.
There we go. Okay, awesome. So one of us is right and the other one's dumb. And then there's Nubby. Okay.
What the hell?
You could have thought of your own thing, but you just took what I said. I get it.
Yeah, no, I was thinking real shotgun, but I think,
Oh, God, no, God, can you imagine? Oh, my God, can you imagine if it was a beanbag gun?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Like, you literally call your shot by beanbagging the fucking champion.
Come on, beanbag the champ, and then go for the pin. Oh,
yeah, fuck yeah. Just a beanbag gun.
Book it. Book it.
There we go. Fucking beanbag match. Right? Just start calling people, hey, you want to be part of a beanbag match? Like, what is that? We're playing like cornhole?
Kinda.
Close.
Kinda.
Just without the the boxes.
Yeah,
with the gun.
Yeah. See, well, let me explain to you. So it's like cornhole, except you're the box and the bag's coming at you a lot faster.
Yeah.
There we go.
I'm like
good way to describe it.
And you get no padding. It either hits you or don't. Deal with it.
Hell yeah. Hey, duck or dive, bro.
God.
Oh, yeah. Is there anything else for Frontline? I didn't mean to interrupt and cut you off there.
No, that's it. That is taking place this Saturday, April 26th, at the Oak Ave Community Center, 201 South Oak Avenue in Marshfield, Wisconsin. 6 p.m. bell time. Intermission, $20. Yeah. All right, guys. Pax is going to end the show here with Southland Championship Wrestling. Oh, yeah.
Awesome. I get to end this. All right. So, as Travis led into, Southland Championship Wrestling this Saturday, April 26th at the Shabance Civic Center presents Hangover. The Shabance Civic Center is at 180 West 1st Street in Shabance, Illinois.
First South Street.
First South Street? Oh, is that what that is? An S? You know,
yeah.
I don't know who made their flyer, but it's hard to read. I just GPS the place and just show up.
It's supposed to give you the illusion of you have a hangover.
Oh, okay. Well, it's definitely making me feel that way, but that also could be prepping for the surgery, so I don't know.
It's every doing his job.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. But yes.
I just happen to memorize it because after a few years of saying it every fucking week or every other month, you know, they used to it.
I show up. There you go.
Yeah, show up.
Doors open at 6 p.m. for High Voltage. Travis, do you have a High Voltage card yet or no?
Oh, yeah. All right, so we're gonna see the governor, the one-on-one with Odinson. Odison's making his return to High Voltage to I don't know, because he can't fucking leave.
DJ in his retirement match. I don't understand.
Here's I think
Those fifth one.
He's just never gonna fucking leave. He's just always gonna fucking be there.
Okay.
Right. I mean, you know how like they have like Viking funerals and shit.
No one's burned him yet.
He's not done building the boat. So so who fucking knows?
Fantastic.
VJ Price is gonna go one-on-one with the High Voltage champion Reaper. I was gonna give that title shot to you, but you're busy. So
real busy.
So maybe next time.
Okay, thanks.
We announced it last week. Freiberg and Tommy will have their match. Yes, it will be hair versus hair. So either way, I'm gonna have a good fucking laugh on whoever wins or loses. And Callaway and Johnny will team up, and they'll be going against the Cowabunga crew. That's gonna be Nubby. That's gonna be Nubby and the debut and tag team partner of Nubby for SCW. It's gonna be a debut, but obviously Sean Danger. I guess you guys can look at it as a warm up for your trios championship match on Sunday. But Sean Danger is making his way down to the Southland. He's gonna be teaming with Nubby to go up against rising stars of Johnny Chaos and Dallas Callaway. So
not to be taken lightly. So good luck, Nubby. You and your partner. So that opens at 6, guys. That will be at 6 p.m. For High Voltage. Main show Hangover starts at 7 p.m. Tickets are $20 for front row and $15 for general admission. I have to stress this enough. If you buy a front row seat, you will have an assigned seat. If you buy a general admission seat, you cannot sit in the front row. You need to have that space open for those who have paid that ticket price. I know I've seen that at a couple shows with security having to talk to somebody not in the right spot. So please, guys, just sit in your right spots if you're going. Not too many matches fully announced yet, but we got some of the big ones. The main event
Hold on. What do you mean not too many matches now? It's like 8 matches.
Not announced. No.
What was that? 1, 2, 3, 4, like 5, 6.
Got 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a 5th one that randomly popped up about an hour ago in our show.
Wait, what? You talk about what you got, and then I'll see. Maybe it is only 5, but.
Well, there will be more show matches. Probably.
Oh, of course. I think there's 5. I think you're right. I think there is 5.
I have 2 other matches.
4 plus 1 that popped up today, right?
Yes.
Maybe there is only 5.
And there's 2 that have not been announced, but people will be in action, so I'll go over that as well. But the main event of this show is going to be Benny Barger.
Whoa.
Yes.
Why you start with the main event?
Because it's the first one that they've announced.
No, you don't start with the main event. What the fuck?
You want me to start with the lesser of the matches? All right, well, then I will start with probably
hold on a second. What do you mean the lesser of the matches?
Lesser of the matches. The one that means...
What the fuck are you... Hold on.
I love I'm taking shots at my home company right now.
Listen, the main event match is the main event match. You main event that shit. That's why SCW is the main event of the episode. You talk about. I don't care which order you do the other ones at. There's no lesser matches.
I love your thought process here.
Why are you gonna give it all away at the beginning, man? You got to build up to the main event. I mean that's the story right now in SCW. I mean nothing against Creed, but he's dog shit. And this is the story of SCW right now. You just want to throw it away at the beginning?
My 3rd or 4th show, I'm still learning here. You're still teaching me this stuff. I'm learning from the best, so now I know.
That's right. Because you never listened to my show before you came onto it. That's okay.
I did listen anytime I was brought up. Yes.
Oh, did you? Okay, cool. How often have I ever talked about the main event first?
I only listen to myself, so I don't know.
Exactly. Oh, that's right. So you never heard me get to the main event match because you. Okay,
that makes more sense. Name through the mud a lot.
That's right. Okay. So you always heard me talk about your match first when you talk about the lesser matches. Okay,
yes, that makes how crappy I was.
Huge sense. Makes way more fucking sense.
See, now we know what direction I'm coming from.
Now
But
we got to figure out the main event match. That's the final fucking match, bro.
And he did say you were the best.
I didn't say you're the best.
I mean,
I always put you over.
No, he said you were the
I
best.
said you. I'm
I
learning
am the best. Yeah.
Yes.
Now we can't. Now don't tell anybody else that you said that because then you might twist it.
100%. Yeah. Steve will go in there and say, yeah, he called you a cocksucker. But I think the first time you were here, I think your first show on, I think I told everyone, every promotion to book you and Nubby.
100%.
I'm not shitting on you. The only time I'm shitting on you is when you're an asshole.
I was an asshole for quite a while.
You know, like, hey, listen, you don't want me to shut you. Don't go around and fucking start quoting PlayStation fucking video games as your get over fucking phrase.
Well, we've put that behind us now. It's over with.
Every time I heard you say like these fists are ready to eat for everyone, in my mind I'm like, he's basically saying my dick is eat for everyone because you're just one to fuck anyone over just by saying stupid shit like that.
I mean, I listened to you on the commentary every single time. I got it. You were not a fan of it. We rolled with it. Mistakes were made. We've made adjustments. We're gonna keep going forward on a complete redesign.
It's ready to eat for everyone. It's ready to eat for everyone.
It's not great in my head, Travis. Leave it alone.
I like to fucking punch people.
Yeah, I do.
I'm the top of the food chain.
Can I go through the match card now?
I like to fucking throw jabs. Throw some elbows and shit.
That's kind of my thing. I like to kick and punch and all that fun
Hell
stuff.
Yeah. Hell yeah,
It's
my
my
God.
thing. But, all right, I'm going to go over this match card then, and I will start with the non-title match, the non-main events. There we go.
Okay, well, here's the thing, though. Because I'm not Steve. You have stated you are going to start with the lesser of the matches. So I'm really excited to which match you're going to start with.
This one might get me killed the way you say that right now. So this match...
I know which one I would start with.
I know. This match actually was just announced an hour ago.
That ain't it.
That ain't the one you're starting with? I mean, there was one other match I was thinking about starting with.
I was going to start with.
I'm going to start with this one because it was just announced an hour ago. Hunter Payne is back in action against Punitive's Damages Governor Kevin Zander. So that's singles action. Once again, Hunter Payne, probably one of the strongest guys, personally knocked me one once, and probably going to do it again after he listens to this podcast for starting with his match as a lesser match in air quotes. But definitely Zander has started making a name for himself as being a powerhouse himself. So that's going to be an interesting one to see when the former SCW champion steps back into the ring.
When did Hunter knock you around?
Outdoor show where I wrestled Nubby. When he came to James Creed. When he came to James Creed's aid before he got,
That makes perfect sense because I'm assuming that your stupid catchphrase used to say, "My hands are rated E for everyone who isn't Hunter Payne," but he just smacked you so hard he forgot the back half of it. That makes more sense. Okay, that makes way more sense.
Yeah,
makes way more sense. Yeah. Way more sense. Yeah, he hit you in your soft spot. That makes more sense. Okay, gotcha. Gotcha.
Also in action, we saw these two go at each other last month when Logan Steele takes on Terry Allen. That's the one you thought I was going to start with?
What I want to start with.
Logan choke slammed, I believe, Terry last month. And I think Terry at the end of the night punched Logan. I mean, it's happened so many times. These two have kind of crossed paths over the last 2 months. So they're finally going to be able to squash this out in the ring, which will be kind of interesting to see. So hopefully that gets ended. I don't see any official word here, Travis, for this next match.
Hold on. I do want to say, pertaining to this match, the reason I say I would consider it the lesser of the match is a personal issue, nothing more than that, because I love Logan Steele.
Yes.
I'm just not a big fan of Terry appointing Flat Top as president of SCW and watching a shitty job that he has been doing. Now, I know that Terry can't correct it because he has no authority in SCW anymore.
No.
He gave that all to Flat Top. My personal issue with this match is Terry and the fact that he gave away presidency to somebody who has been in and out at SCW for the last 6 years instead of the guy who's been at SCW for the last 8. So.
And who is that?
Oh, that's me.
Okay.
I should have been SCW president, and I appreciate that he considered me. Yeah, I appreciate that he considered me, but the fact that he gave it over to Flat Top just shows that he just needed to give it to somebody who was weak-minded for him to come back
at any point and take over
at this time. So, but I will say on the defense of Terry, the fact that he's wrestling Logan Steele in the ring with tough motherfuckers who are, I can't say young, but younger than Terry, and are basically fucking the Big Show. So,
physical monsters,
yeah. It's going to be a hard-hitting match, but when I say the lesser of it, it's more of a personal issue I have with Terry because he just fucking handed off the presidency instead of giving it to somebody who truly.
Did you have a problem with Terry as the president as well, just not as extensive as until after he handed over the presidency to Flat Top?
Say that again. What did you say?
Didn't you have issues with Terry being president, but maybe just not as much of until after he handed the presidency to Flat Top? Did you have a problem with Terry?
On the back end, when he started utilizing presidency for his own personal gain, that's when I had an issue with Terry Allen. Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
But I also had an issue with Terry when Terry took the presidency the way he did. And a lot of it has to do with the board of directors at SCW and all these fucking people. Like, I mean, I get Keist. I understand Keist. But the fact that Sentinel had it made no sense to me. The fact that Terry had it at the beginning made no sense. He grew into it, but then he fucking started using it for his own personal gain. Gave it up, and somehow had the right to appoint his successor. I don't get it. And the fact that the board has to know what Flat Top is doing and is okay with it is also a problem to have with it. Now you look at all these SCW presidents, you look at every official in SCW, and the one person that has the longest tenure as a president in that company is the general manager of High Voltage. He's been doing it for 4 years, 3.5, I think. I think it's coming up to 4 years, like this September or whatever.
Okay.
But I've also stayed consistent in my shit. You know, other than people thinking that I'm handing Nubby fucking title shots, it's just not true. You know, if that was the case, I would have justified the Gauntlet match that Nubby lost his championship in. You know, but fair is fair across the board.
Yeah.
These guys aren't it. Flat Top's just handing shit off, you know, whenever he feels it's convenient, or maybe when he's just awake from fucking sitting in the corner. I don't fucking know. You know, when somebody has to fucking nudge him up, it's like, hey man, somebody's pissing someone off, and he's like, wait a minute, what happened? Well, let me disqualify Eric Schultz, even though he got hit in the fucking head with the briefcase.
Luckily, that got reversed.
Yeah. After fucking, you know, Joe Biden's ass got fucking corrected, then 100%. But he sat at home on his porch, crapping himself, whatever.
Oh God.
Listen. Anyways, go ahead.
All right, so glad we got it off our chest. So Terry Allen versus Logan Steele. No stipulation.
It's going to be a good match.
Oh yeah.
Because Terry sucks. That's all it is.
Got it. Okay, so we don't like Terry. Got it.
It's not that I don't like Terry. It's not like the fact that he gave away the fucking presidency to somebody who's incompetent. That's all it is.
I know. I got it.
Let me do an impersonation because I'm good at this shit. I'm going to play both parts. I'm going to play Flat Top and I'm going to play Terry. So here's Flat Top. I'm going to give a title opportunity to somebody who deserves it. And here comes Terry. You mean you're going to give it to me? And then Flat's like, and I'm going to give it to Terry Allen.
You know what? That seems about right. Okay.
Yeah. Tell me when I'm wrong.
Tell them lies.
I'll tell you when it happens, but
tell you when you're telling lies.
Right. Nailed it. Anyways,
that easy? Maybe I should just be more of a dick. I don't know.
That's all it is. That's all. You just got to be right there when Flat Top's about to make a decision. It's like, you know who's gonna get that next opportunity? Hey, Pex is gonna get the next opportunity. That's all you gotta do. It's literally that easy. Yeah, that's it.
Noted for return. Got it. All right.
100%. Next match.
All right. I'll look to you also for clarification on this one afterward, but we have the Torture Killer Scott Spade versus Whiskey Bent and Hellbound's Brandon Blaze. in a singles match. I have not seen any word on Max Holiday being there. I can't expect him to have his tag team partner, though, be alone. So I would expect your best friend and longest reigning 3-time SCW champion, as I think the exact wording you like to say all the time.
My best friend, the longest reigning 3-time SCW heavyweight champion, BFF, Max Holiday. Will he be there? Will he not be there? That's something that the Torture Killers are going to have to find out night of.
Ooh,
now,
so we're going to keep it a secret. Love it.
Here's the thing, because I know for the fact Logan Steele fucking listens to this show when he's at the gym clanging and banging. Scott Spade, no clue. I don't think he knows what a podcast is. Good chance.
Yeah, it's okay.
Which is justified. I mean, look at the dude. He probably like, his phone probably still flips open and closed. Don't fucking know. But I'm not going to give away any trade secrets, because what kind of best friend would I be to the longest reigning 3-time SCW heavyweight champion, Max Holiday, if I was sit there and say, hey, expect Holiday to be in the corner. Right now, what we see Brandon Blaze going out there and fighting Scott Spade on his own, while Scott Spade is going to be coddled by Logan Steele and Mr. Misery. That's an exact quote from Nubby, by the way. He said that before, is that Scott Spade likes to be coddled by, Mistress Misery and Logan Steele. I wouldn't say that personally to a guy like that, because I've seen what he did to fucking Ivan Manson, but Nubby's willing to step up and tell you personally, Scott Spade, that you're weak. Those are Nubby's words, not mine. I will not give away the game plan of Whiskey Bud the Hellbound, especially to my best friend, 3-time SCW longest reigning champion, Max Holiday.
Okay, so gotta go there to find out then. I love it.
100%, yeah. Pay to play, bro. Got pay to play.
Pay to play. Next match on the card. This is the semi-main event. I'm gonna say semi-main event because this person thinks they're always the main event, and this time they're not. What was it? I think a couple weeks ago, SCW heavyweight champion James Creed made an open challenge that was accepted probably within an hour of being put out there, and that is he is going to go one-on-one for the SCW championship. The POW heavyweight champion, your boy Mason Perks. The POW championship is not on the line. This is not a unification match at all, but this one does have the ability to be a match of the year candidate, as these are two very good wrestlers, champions in both their companies, as Creed has also been a champion in other places. That's about as much credit as he will get from me on this show. I don't care for him anymore, so that's how it is.
It's going to be a good match. I mean, we've seen Perks. We've seen Perks in SCW. He deserves to be the POW heavyweight champion. And again, I think the biggest factor, and I've said to Nubby on numerous times when his matches, the factor comes from the outside.
Yeah,
I don't see Mason Perks bringing anyone along with him Saturday, but we do know Logan Steele's going to be there, Scott Spade's going to be there, Mr. Misery's going to be there. Maybe Terry's going to have the back of Mason Perks. Maybe the Snake Manson has been the one that's been hanging around a lot lately. Maybe he's going to be. Maybe Perks will have backup in the form of people who have the same issues with the Torture Killers that Perks is going to have on Saturday with Creed. We don't know. But
for his sake, I hope he does, because as you said, those numbers are always there. No matter how much Creed likes to say that he does this on his own and he's a fighting champion, they're always involved some way or another. Yeah. So
I'll give Creed credit. He did beat Carrot on his own. I will not take anything away from him, but I can't say that his championship reign has been clean victories from the beginning. That I will not agree with. But he has won on his own. Creed is still Creed. He's just a piece of shit while doing it now.
100%. And that's now everywhere he goes, pretty much. So ready for the main event then?
Yeah, maybe you got nothing else to talk about.
There's
that's how this works.
So would you like me to go over the additional appearances then first, or should I jump to the main event and then add them in after?
You can do the appearances. Go for it.
Okay. So also to appear.
We got to do the appearances.
Other possible people to appear and will be at the show is tag team champions. Roster. The SCW roster will be the tag team champions. Urban Legends will be in action, as well as the rest of Punitive Damages outside of just Kevin Zander. So something's going on. Never know with Warren C. Freiberg. He always uses his fancy fancy lawyer stuff to get involved in something or one thing or another and just talk down on the SCW roster and the fans. So I just kind of hope he just gets his ass kicked like normal.
Yeah.
So
Where's the women's champion at?
there is no women's championship as far as I know. So maybe subject to, remember, cards always subject to change. Maybe that gets added in. Crystal Carmichael, though, is the current women's champion. So hopefully we see someone get brought in for her.
Blair Onyx?
I would love to see it. That'd be kind of cool.
Onyx. Fuck yeah.
So final match in the main event of this card, and it only makes sense because these two were former drinking buddies. And I say former because I don't think they're friends anymore. But Benny Vargas will take on Eric Schultz in the third matchup for the Genesis title. The big difference is in this match is Benny can lose via disqualification countout. He loses the title. So there's no way around it. He has to try to play fair, I guess, on this one, because he's not going to be able to sneak what he calls Jenny, the Genesis title, out of this one. These guys have had some choice words for each other. Their friendship has really dwindled as each match has gone on, and it's mostly on Benny Vargas' side because he just keeps cheating to win over his former best friend. So I cannot wait to see the results of this one. Very sad that I will not be on the call with you, Travis, for this match. These matches have literally been hard-hitting the last two, and I can't imagine the third one being anything more than spectacular, seeing as how we also got the main event. So, yes.
So this is why I believe this match does not work. And Nubby, spending nearly 2 decades in this business, majority of it as a referee, you're going to be able to help me answer some questions here. The whole point of this match is if Benny gets disqualified, he loses his title.
Yeah.
Because Benny has been cheating to retain that title.
Consistently.
Gotcha.
Yes.
The whole reason he's been winning is because the referees haven't been catching him cheating.
Yes.
So when you put a stipulation that says if you cheat, you lose, what's the point is if you're doing it when the referee's not looking?
I agree with you on that one because it's not like anyone's caught it. I mean,
that's the word. So now, is it double referees? Is Flat Top going to be out there to watch? Like, you have to be able to. Yeah, you need an accountability on this thing because here's the thing: he keeps winning by cheating because the referee's not catching him cheating. So when the referee is distracted or the referee's knocked out and he's bringing out the belt, he's bringing out brass knucks, he's low blowing, he's rolling up and using the tights. These are things that he has done that the referee has not caught. So if the referee can't catch him cheating, how can you add this stipulation? Because it's not like you get 1, 2, 3 matches over. All of a sudden, Fallon's going to be like, wait a minute. He used the brass knuckles. Reverse the decision. Give it to Schultz.
Yeah.
As a referee, how does this work? Help me understand.
So it sounds like something it wouldn't work considering Benny hasn't been caught, except by one person. And that is Flat Top, which he's the key guy in this. Is he going to be, like you said, is he going to watch the match?
He needs to, right?
It's like he has to, or the other referees actually have to watch the match. But what happens though? Say behind the referee's back, knucks are used.
Mm-hmm.
Are they officially going to come out and reverse the decision?
That's the only way it works, because I said if you have one referee out there in the hopes that he's going to catch everything, it's just gonna be history repeating itself. And we saw Schultz's. I mean, I saw Schultz's promo they put out. He destroyed his briefcase. That's how angry this dude is. I think he was wearing pants, which was upsetting too. So it's like we know he's frustrated. But how do you give him the match that you stipulated if you don't have extra eyes watching? Like I said, Flat Top needs to make sure he stays awake. Maybe fucking take a extra bottle of Metamucil or whatever it is he fucking does to keep him ready to go. Fucking some of that fucking liquid yogurt, whatever the fuck it is. Gives the Pediasure, whatever the hell. fucking give old people to fucking get them through the day. Make sure his fucking diapers changed. Give him a closer seat to the fucking ring. Whatever you got to do to make sure Flat Top is on his game to sit there and say, I'm watching you. Yeah, I'm watching you, Benny. Because if you fuck up, I will call the bell myself. He has to do that. Because he made this stipulation. If not, he has to put someone else in charge and allow them to fucking do the same. Put out 2 referees. I don't care what it is. But it's a hard stipulation to have when you're just doing it. Definition of insanity. Doing the same thing over and over, expecting different results. If you go out there with one referee whose only decision is final, this doesn't work because cheating only works when you don't get caught.
Right. I mean, this is like you've seen this in the past where they did put that stipulation on, but that was only when the person was intentionally getting disqualified.
Yeah.
I have never seen it to where the guy was doing stuff behind the referee's back and, cheating and getting away with it. This is a totally different thing, and it seems hypocritical in a way. And I hate to say it because Benny's an asshole.
Yes.
He's a piece of shit, just like Creed, but
yes,
from the referee standpoint, it's a sticky situation.
Why the hell are both those champions dickheads? Just think about that real quick.
Shabans, bro. It's from Kankakee County.
Go ahead, Travis. Sorry. I just had to get that thought. Like, what the
but sure. Dude, look at, other than the urban legends, all of our champions are assholes. I mean, it's just, nothing against Crystal. She's lovely in her own way, but she's very high maintenance. She's an asshole. All of our champions are high assholes except for the urban legends. That's all it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's just one of the things, like when you sit there and it's like you said, Nubby, the only time that stipulation is ever put into effect is when people are taking 10 count out losses to retain or intentionally, take. Benny's not taking losses to hold on to that title. He still wants to win. He does whatever he takes to win.
Yeah.
He says that shit himself, He does what he does to win. He doesn't see it just cheating. He sees it as doing what's necessary.
He's been winning.
Yeah. So it does not make sense, like I said, unless they have like Peck said, have an enforcer, have a second referee, have Flat Top be the Flat Top has a history of being a referee. Just be the enforcer on the side.
Yeah.
Oh, send fucking Chris out there. Fucking Chris will sit by ringside and fucking watch.
Absolutely.
Get Doris off his big ass in the bleachers and have him fucking do some shit. Who cares? Get somebody. Somebody other than, you can't just have one referee. That's all I'm saying. Because if you have just one referee, it's prone to failure.
Yeah.
There's no accountability at that point. So we'll see. Benny, by all accounts, he's held that title for quite some time. I think he's the current longest reigning champion in SCW to date.
Yeah, going almost on a year now.
Yeah. So I'm assuming that he's not going to, not do everything he can to keep that fucking title going with him. So.
True. Then that is SCW's Hangover this Saturday at Shaban Civic Center.
Awesome. Nubby, final freaking wrestling thought. What are you freaking thinking about? We got wrestling wise.
Oh, so many things. I don't know where to go.
Ooh, you get one though. Make it count.
Yeah.
One.
So I think I'll just stick with what I originally wanted to talk about. CM Punk. Do you feel like he's living his best life right now?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think he's enjoying it. Yeah. I think
he got to live his dream. He's doing something he loves. He's having fun doing it.
Are you asking me if I think Phil Brooks is living his best life or CM Punk is living his best life?
Phil Brooks as a whole, as a person. So I had this conversation with Tom of Scourge of Society. I was comparing his AEW debut to his Survivor Series, return to WWE.
Okay.
If you look at his facial expressions just in his entrance or just standing out there, it's like he knew in AEW that as happy as he was to be back in wrestling, he knew there was some kind of toxicity going to take place.
Yeah.
Whereas you return to Survivor Series, he was all smiles.
Yeah.
And you haven't seen him smile in so long. So I feel like this time around, he's finally like, maybe he grew up a little bit, because we all heard the stories. I mean, I've partied with his real brother, and I've heard the stories about how much of an asshole he was.
CM Venom?
No, CM Venom's not his brother.
Was that just his partner at the time where they got the chick magnet idea?
Yeah.
It's gimmick, brother. It's a gimmick.
Well, his real brother was Mike Brooks.
Brooks.
Yeah. It just seems
you talking about the bald-headed dude who was like, "Believe it or not, I'm walking on air."
No.
Oh.
Who's that? That's a Brooks.
That's Jeff Brooks. That's a totally
so it's
different.
a cousin. So it's a cousin or something.
Well, I wouldn't. We'll live the gimmick. I don't know.
Yeah, work the gimmick, brother.
Work the gimmick.
Hey, listen, you go to fucking YouTube, you go to Podbean, you go to Facebook, you go to Twitter, Instagram. It all says the same thing. We live where kayfabe exists, brother. Live that shit.
Live it.
But like I said, you think he's living his best life? Like he's much happier today compared to like his AEW time?
Yes.
100%.
Compared to 2014, definitely. Compared to AEW, definitely as well. I think the biggest thing is because even though I think this schedule is a lot more hectic than the AEW schedule, is he's not responsible for shit. At AEW, he had to book Collision. He was responsible for Collision. He was dealing with a bunch of EVPs who, we collectively had different ideas and ran different shit to where, granted, Vince McMahon's not there anymore, but it's still Triple H and I guess Khan too at the top. I think Khan does more of the financial side where Triple H deals with creative.
You're creative.
And I think Triple H has gone on interviews and stuff. I think it's comedian Schultz, I think his name was, where he was talking about how like him and Punk were having a conversation about creative, and like Punk didn't agree with it, and I guess he heard from somebody else that Punk wasn't happy with it, so he went to Punk and said, "Okay, well, what do you want to do? Like, because I think because now it's not so much like it's my way or the highway anymore."
100%.
And he has the ability to do what he wants to do. And I think what's cool about it is that a lot of what's being seen to people, it's still reality being used inside storylines. And I think that's the best part of it. That's what I've talked about before. I love wrestling when it feels real.
Mm-hmm.
When everything feels like a shoot. When reality and everything blur. I think that's why I love like WCW, because that's when reality started blurring those lines. I love it. I think what they're doing now with Seth and Roman and what happened with Paul Heyman, I think that kind of like blends everyone together in some future stories and everything. I think that's what he loves to do. And I think he's like just happy to be back to be like an actual leader to people who want to listen to him. Right. Not so much people who are just like, well, I could listen to you, but they say you're a piece of shit, and shit like that.
I feel like he was sabotaged a bit in AEW. Like, I get it. We don't want to work with pieces of shit. But if we have to, I'd rather work alongside somebody than have, drama.
Yeah.
Like, there's a guy that in wrestling that owes me money, and I never want to work with him. I never want to have a match with him because I may shoot on him. But if I have to work with him in the company, I can deal with that.
Yeah.
Despite my feelings. I think the EVPs should have been professional about it and work with him instead of trying to sabotage him.
Yeah, I think this all started out with the Hangman Page shit.
Yeah.
Where Hangman went into business for himself and Punk took it personally. And the fact that Hangman was friends with Omega and the Young Bucks. And again, this is just perspective, but I think that's where and I think Tony tried his best to kind of keep the peace And like, but Tony doesn't have the ability to be a Vince McMahon, to be a Triple H, to be a Nick Khan. He's like he wants everyone to be fucking happy, and he's like, well, I want this to be the greatest thing, and the Bucks and Omega, they're gonna know what the best thing is. If I had to look at Punk's entire run in like AEW, I think the best thing that he did, and the only thing he did that was great, was the MJF stuff.
Oh, yes, that stuff was great.
Out of that, I think it was just miserable to him.
Yeah.
I think Jack Perry made it worse. We all saw the footage that AEW tried to put out there without sound to try to make him look like a piece of shit, and you had to show them exactly what he said happened.
Yeah.
Him going to AEW, I think it was just his way of getting back into the business, and he appreciated it, but it's not where he was meant to be.
It was to show that he still had so much value in the wrestling industry, and then got brought back in WWE and actually, as you said, got respected, got something that he hadn't gotten with Vince McMahon, and he said that consistently. He didn't hate professional wrestling. He hated the guy in charge.
Yeah.
At the time, WWE was it. And then he goes to AEW, comes back, shows how much of a draw he is, and WWE knew it. And they're like, look, we want to bring you back in. You're going to have some creative ideas, and that's something Triple H wants to know. He wants to know these guys that he's also worked with that have been in the business. Well, what do you think would be better here? And at least have a discussion with them and say, well, this is why I want you to do it. I think it's so much better than I'm dad, and I'm going to tell you what to do, and you have to do it.
Yeah.
So that's my perspective on that. But you hit it right in the head. I was going to say the same thing with the Triple H interview that just popped up the other day.
Good one, Nubby. I like that. Pex, what's your final freaking thought? What are you freaking thinking over there?
Once again, go watch Karrion Kross's interview this morning. It's all over. You cannot find a wrestling circuit that has not listened to this man's words. Not only could that have, you talked about that realism, it felt very real. It felt very raw, and it was awesome. But not only that, it shows that he needs more mic time, needs more time on television. This man can cut promos, and he's literally, I think somebody suggested how many little stories in WWE he's actually entwined in. I mean, he came out, I think when he came back, put the hourglass in front of Roman and Jimmy and Jay, and showed that their time is coming up. And we just saw the end of the Bloodline, storylines. We've seen him with AJ Styles. I was confused, though, in that interview because he kept calling AJ by his shoot name. So I was very confused at who the hell he was talking about until I looked it up. So.
Oh, Alan?
Yeah, I was like, Alan? Who the fuck is Alan? And, okay. So, but yeah, definitely very viral, very raw. Scarlett then tweeted afterward, well, we'll see where this goes because they're either expecting to get pushed or fired at this point. So could be interesting. I think that the malpractice for WWE to let those two go, especially after the heat this is getting and how over he seems to be with the fans at the moment. So that, and guys, as I said, doing back surgery on Thursday. For anyone that has reached out to me already, thank you guys very much.
Whoa, you get one. Nubby got one. You get one. You chose Karrion, not you.
Are you really going to do this to me right now? But I will keep everyone posted. Please follow my Facebook page at The Apex or Pro Wrestler _Apex on Instagram. I'll let you guys know how I'm feeling, and hopefully this was a 100% success. But thank you, Travis, for letting me have a second one. I appreciate it.
Yeah, selfish. From what I could tell it was off the podcast called Battleground Podcast.
Okay.
And from what I can see, it was only a 3-minute spot.
Yeah, it's a 3-minute segment. Yeah, he literally got up and left.
Gotcha. So, yeah, guys, just look up Killer Cross. Look up Killer Cross Battlegrounds. Pop up on YouTube. I mean, we can share. Pax, remind me I got to get you admin rights on JFW.
Okay.
That way you can share shit. So, So the only thing I really want to talk about, and I was trying to go back and forth on what I want to talk about, the one that stuck out to me the most is WWE inquiring buying AAA.
Cool. Yes.
How awesome is that? I know, I think there was a lot of speculation that it was going to become NXT Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
I did hear a lot of rumors of that for a long time.
Yeah. So they announced it on Night 2's pre-show of WrestleMania that they acquired AAA. They're going to do Worlds Collide. I believe it's June 7th.
Yes.
I believe that's the same weekend as their PLE as well.
Okay.
So I think World Collide is going to include AAA, NXT, and WWE.
Okay. I think it was like an NXT event though. They're considering it, if I'm not.
Yeah. It was funny to me. I think the one thing I saw that was the funniest of it was somebody put a meme out there saying like you never see those things. I was like, it's like me, nothing, and like anybody else, blah 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 blah. I think I saw a meme where it says like AEW sets date for Mexico Arena show, WWE buys AAA.
We are not the same.
Yeah, which is fantastic because again, I'm not a big AEW follower. We don't talk. I said this on the show that didn't record when I did the show with Jay over the weekend, and the recording didn't work out.
Yeah.
It's like we don't talk about AEW because I just have no interest in AEW. Like, like their whole AEW we're the best wrestle is bullshit. It's just not.
They don't do anything to interest us at all.
No.
It's spot heavy. It's it. If you're a spot person, go watch AEW. If you want,
and they don't sell out arenas either.
No, they've actually gone to smaller arenas because of that.
And they can't even sell those out.
No. So they're spots. That's it.
Yeah. So I don't know. I think it's cool that they bought out AAA. If it ends up becoming NXT Mexico, I don't think it ever will. I don't think they're ever going to officially change it to NXT. It's not like NXT UK. So I never see AAA going away and becoming NXT UK. It'll always be AAA, but I think they will utilize that as a NXT type place. I'm curious on the production. Like, are they going to? Is now AAA going to be accessible through Peacock, through Netflix? Are they going to increase the production value of it? Are we going to see like LWO and Andrade and stuff go down there so they have more exposure because of the growth of the rosters that WWE has and everything? I hope so. When they made the announcement, they had the LWO, Dragon Lee, Rey Mysterio, they had Andrade, Stephanie Vaquer, who is right now my favorite NXT women's wrestler is Stephanie Vaquer. I love her. They have so much, and they call it. They say luchador. It is lucha libre, and that's because that is a fighting style. And I hope that they utilize AAA as another outlet for their Hispanic counterparts, their Hispanic rosters, to go down there and wrestle it. I think that'd be cool. I still hope that they end up doing NXT UK again because I think broadening that shit, they definitely need to do as well.
There's also possibilities too of some guys coming back. Like there's talk of Alberto Del Rio having now an ability to come back.
God, fuck no, absolute fuck no.
But it's possible. We saw it at Mania. Vikingo was at ringside, so would be kind of interesting to see him. I know he's a very spot heavy guy. Sometimes to the detriment of his health and safety, but the man puts on hell of a good matches, so it'd be kind of cool to see.
No, I don't need Berto ever.
I'm done with him. This is like it was be his fourth time getting brought back. I don't feel it. He's got nothing off.
No. The fact that dude can't keep the fighting in the ring, he has to take it home. Fuck him.
Oh yeah, fuck that guy.
Yeah, he can die slowly. Anything else wrestling related you guys want to talk about? You good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
Last thought. Did you guys actually enjoy Mania this weekend?
I did. I didn't like the. I liked the Cody Cena main event up until Travis Scott showed up. It ruined the momentum of it. I think all the matches had their perks to it. I think the ending to the night one main event is intriguing. I'm excited to watch Raw when we get done here to find out how John Cena is going to ruin wrestling as he's
already during the show. I was on X. You'll enjoy it.
Yeah. Well, he went into the press conference saying that he has an obligation to answer their questions, and every time they answer a question, that's clickbait, that's lazy journalism. He didn't answer one question, but he did say that he's going to tune in on Monday and watch how he ruins wrestling. So,
Cool.
I did enjoy WrestleMania. I think my favorite match was the triple threat Io, Rhea, Bianca match.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Stole the show. The whole 2 nights stole the show.
I'm also more excited. Yeah. Go ahead, Nubby. What?
Someone stole their finish.
Wait, what?
The finish of their match went into another match on the same card.
Really?
Dominic Mysterio.
Oh yeah.
did
Okay.
the same
Oh
thing.
yeah. She did the moonsault and he frog splash.
wow.
Yeah.
I mean, different move, but still same
Yeah.
finish.
Same
ending.
idea.
Same ending. Yeah. I'm also excited that I scored more points than any of you over the weekend.
I guess I should actually watch maybe a little bit more to know some storylines to pick my picks.
Hey man, listen. You're already far behind, but you can always catch up. Nubby caught up. We thought Nubby was out last 3 months. He brought it, and then
It's more like I slayed everybody else.
Fucking slayed that shit. Yeah.
Again.
That's right. He came back and then Pax quit. So I mean, who knows? I'm not saying one is related to the other, but
Interesting.
Hi guys. So next week, Pax should still be here. He'll probably be laid up from home, so we'll see. We'll see what goes on there. Okay. So the 28th, we're going to cover results from Ultimate, MCW, FPW, SCW, Ego, IWA, IPA, and we're going to have match cards from NWA Chicago, RPW, C3, and POW Entertainment. So huge show next week as well. Make sure you continue to tune in to us wherever you listen to this podcast. If you want to watch the show, you can do so over at the JFW Podcast YouTube channel. Follow us on socials, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Just by searching Just Freak Wrestling or the JFW Podcast. I think that's it.
We can ring the bell on this episode.
Perfect. As always, I'm Travesty.
And I am the Faction Slayer, Nubby, the Amazing Turtle, Cowabunga.
I am King of Combat, the top of the food chain, Apex.
And thank you for listening to the episode of Just Freak Wrestling, the JFW Podcast.